can see us.
We are people.
There we go. Should be able to hear you, and they should be able to hear me.
Crazy. Hello.
Alright, so
Hello, stream people.
hello, stream people.
Hello.
Oh, that's gonna
Are we the stream people, or are they the stream people?
Who are the stream
I
people?
think Dom's mic might pick me up if I'm too loud. Biggie, thanks for the subscription, Biggie. Yay, friendly faces. And yes, Bardic, we do have a Dom. Cheers, Dwarf Warrior, thank you very much for the sub. Right.
Hype train.
Hype train. Just logging into Tarrasque.
You're going to say roll 20, and I'm like, no.
No.
She didn't need it. Don't do that.
Don't lie to us.
So,
It said we don't need it. You might.
Yeah, yeah, just Hannah.
Have they done an update to Tarrasque? Hey, thank you, Blizzdoc, for the subscription. Right, let's do this.
Cheers, Millie.
Yeah, cheers. Putting the kids through college. So, welcome back. It's been... Oh, Dom, can you mute yourself, mate, just while I'm talking? Yeah, cool. Good lad. It's just because when I talk, I'm very loud, so it's coming through your mic as well. So, it's been over a month since we streamed. I believe it was like the 25th or something of July since the last time we did when glory is not enough. This is session 21. So thank you and welcome back. Thanks for all the subscriptions already. Tonight we have a guest star, aka Dominic. Allegedly he's my son, but we're waiting for the evidence, aren't we, dude? Cheers for the subscription, Dom. So, what do we normally do? Social media. We're on social media, so if you go to Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and all that good stuff, you can find us, let us know, follow us and like and all that, whatever the terminology is used for that particular platform. Follow the links. Whee! Oh, it's cool. I've forgotten how any of this works. So, there is no TikTok, Biggie. So yes, you go follow us on those particular social medias. You'll get to see what we're writing, what we're planning, any events we're doing, all that good stuff, and me just waffling nerdy stuff. If you want to come and join us on Discord, please do, where we talk loads and loads and loads of nerdy gaming, reading, LARPy stuff. There are lots and lots of Discord servers out there, but if you do come and join us, say hello and we'll say hello back and talk to you. It's good, it's great, it's lovely. If you want to catch up on 3,142 hours of story time through all our little RPGs, D&Ds and Pathfinders and Vampires and all that good stuff, go check out our YouTube channel. It has literally hundreds of hours on there. If you do feel the need to, waste a week of your life and never see the light of day, go watch it. It's some good stuff. That's all social media linky stuff. We got some amazing sponsors. We have Tarrasque, who are official. We have Loki Battle Maps, who are official, and Chaotic Grey, who are official. Tarrasque are sound ambience, absolute badasses. If you go check them out, and you want that cool dragonfire in the background, or orcs fighting, or a spooky mansion, or a magical ritual circle powering up, go check it out. They're really cool to have in the background if you're sat around a table on any of your electronic devices. If you play online like we do, your players should be able to download the app, link to your game, and then you play it through their app, and they get to turn it up and down as they see fit. Loki Battle Mats. Exactly what they say on the tin, Battle Mats. If you want to flip out A3 size book on the table in front of you, thank you, Claude Red, as well. Go check them out. They are brilliant for having like lava caves or ritual circles, or fitting nicely with Tarrasque, by the way. Mountains and forests, towns and taverns, all this good stuff. Every time they let out a Kickstarter, it immediately gets funded because they're really, really good at what they do and what they produce. So go check them out. Chaotic Grey. When you get to see us use Roll20, which is unlikely this week, but we don't know. Dom's
Who
a bit of
knows?
a wildfire.
Who knows?
But definitely next week, I can guarantee they'll be smashing something in the face next week with swords and magic. But yeah, you'll get to see all the chibi tokens that I use on my battle mats, Tuesday sessions, Cyberpunk sessions. Go check them out. Chaotic Grey, Roll20. Go check out the market place. Type in Chaotic Grey. and you'll see all the tribute tokens that he's done. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. What else do we normally do? Bits. If you want to give this lot a reroll, it costs you 200 bits. They cannot use them on death saving throws. They cannot use them on any of my rolls. They do you feel sorry for the adventurers. A monkey face. Donate 200 bits /cheers to give the party a reroll. They can't be used on the DM or death saving throws. They don't roll over to the following week. But there is no longer a cap. So if you want to donate your entire life savings to these lot getting rerolls, mainly Tony, then yes, go for it. If you feel the need to screw over the plans of the players and you wish to give me a reroll, it will cost you 500 bits. And I will use it for no other reason than because I find it funny. And in, like a champion, Dwarf Warrior. Let's see what we can do together, Dwarf Warrior. Right, so let's move this up here. There we go.
I think Dwarf Warrior is trying to kill me, and I saved him on Apex.
Well, this ain't Apex.
Yay, we have one.
Welcome to the jungle.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mel.
Right, so it's Colossus. 6 adventurers enter. Dom leaves. So that's your bits. We got the sponsors. We got the stuff. We got no real big announcements at the minute. Have we announced it already? Has he let it out there, Eduardo?
It's indeed out there.
I tell you what. Let's do this.
Oh wow!
We're gonna have
Thanks,
to.
Biggie.
Hey, what the
How many is
fuck?
that?
What's
5?
up?
For the players.
What?
10?
What?
How many is that?
Not
That's
yet.
10.
Not yet.
10.
I'll let you know when, because then I just need to.
11 rerolls.
11 rerolls.
Biggie just gave us
Biggie just
10.
donated 2,000 bits.
Biggie. For fuck's sake.
We never have to roll a dice again. We can just make up numbers now.
Dom, you're definitely
Eduardo.
going to university.
Yeah.
Forsaken Land's Lap. Is it set to private?
Biggie, you need
no,
spice.
it is
You
public.
need sneak money.
All right, cool. Here we go.
Are
So,
you sharing the page, yeah?
yeah, I'm about to put the link in the chat.
This one. Wait.
You won't be able to put links in. You're not a mod.
Like the.
I've
Is
put
it
the
not the
one that
group?
I put the one that Lee tagged in the post.
Yeah. Sound.
Yeah, it's the page, not the group.
There you
No.
go. So, if you're into LARP and you want a very unique experience, in that me and Eddie are running it, which,
Not like other NARPs.
that should be its USP right there. There is no one telling me and Eddie no. Yeah, please check it out, or at least share around circles. If you are watching this from across the big water, as I know we have a couple, fly over, come join our LARP. Don't be lazy.
You'll have enough notice.
If you're into LARP and you are able to get yourself to the Midlands on Easter weekend next year, come to the first ever event of Forsaken Lands LARP. Yep. Run by heavyweight gaming crew, so myself, Mr. Valentine, and all the beautiful goblins at Twisted Goblin Armories. Look at him. He's never watched a stream in his life. As soon as we stick a LARP up there, he's like, oh, hi guys, yeah. Look at that, you sneaky little goblin. But yeah, cool. All right, so please check that out. We'll do a bigger, better thing that we can put out on all the socials and stuff in a day or two. And we'll let you know more and more about it as it comes. It is wonderful, amazing, beautiful. It's going to be great. You can be the best adventurer that you can think of. That is what I'll tell you for now. Right, so.
How do I know?
Is who? There's what?
You said you can be the best adventurer that you can think of. I said, can I though?
Give it a go.
Just a one it peasant. Come on.
You can definitely be the best adventure that you can think of. Farmer with a Vorpal longsword. That's all you need. Right, so I'm going to put my fan on because until it is Christmas Day, I will forever be too hot. Right, recap. Jesus. For the last 20 sessions, you are in Atoria. You have... what have you done? You've come together as a wonderful Unify or Die group. There are a few things that you are all seeking out. Those that performed a massacre in Ravenholm, stole some very important things from those in Viconia. wandering the arenas looking for glory but not yet satisfied, so going out into the big wide world, on your personal walk of discovery and maybe a magic katana, and Rhea, who is still figuring out what silver and copper does. And the forever DM, Velk, I mean Bard, pouring your way to... Oh, I need to bring my map up because it's not on the thing anymore. Where is my Etoria map? Oh, I've forgotten everything. You are on your way to Lento. You all ended up in Buxy Bay. You discovered that some bad stuff, was going on in Clay Eye to the north. So you headed there. A feast held by Glutonius. I'm trying to remember all my NPC names now. Does people not write this shit down? Right, so.
Hang on, I just need to check. Is that 2 rolls for the DM, or is that?
Or is that
10
rolls for
5
us?
rolls for us.
Anonymous Cheerer, 1,000. Ooh.
I think
Play it by
5
ear.
rolls for us, and we will have 16.
I'm guessing
rolls.
it's
Can we save these till next week? We're having a fight next week.
Honestly, I'm at 60. I might just throw bandits at you.
16 rolls.
Right, so if you hit 20, I'll let you carry over whatever you don't use. So,
You heard it.
you are heading to Lento from the town of Clay Eye. In the town of Clay Eye, you discovered that the free food and drink that was put out for everyone, some of it, all of it, a bit of it, may have been highly tainted with some magical turn you into a zombie and eat yourself magicalness. And we nearly got Bjorn. Thank you, Tony. And there's more cheers in from an
That's
anonymous
another 2.
cheerer.
We're on 18.
What is going on in the world of
18.
This is
I don't
what
know.
happens when we leave for a month.
Yeah.
absolute ridiculous? So we're going to stream once a month, kids, so I can buy a new car
Yeah.
on bits. So, so you went from Clay Eye after all the people in there had started turning into flesh-eating lunatics. You, as a unified decision, chose loot over the people of the town, and then ran away from the town with no loot. It was amazing. So, heading to the bridge of Summit to do with rainbows, the Raindrop River. The bridge over the Raindrop River. To the northeast was Seathea, and you are heading to a town called Lento, which is cushioned into a forest and base of the mountain. I mean, there's a lot of mountains around here, but you are not far from it. You had a moment at the bridge over the Raindrop River where you spoke with Gideon and the wonderful Redcap Ronan. You all learnt a little bit about each other, and you headed off towards Lento. You are on your way to Lento to meet a friend of Alexander's from the Guild of Ectelio, who is sending you a trusted friend, so you can talk to them about what happened at Clay Eye and what is going on, and just share information with Alexander's friend. On your way to Lento, as all good adventurers do, you decided to sleep. And I tell you what, how the fudge go to master interface? There we go, that was weird. During your rest, well, it was Rhea's watch. And during Rhea's watch...
Actually, it was Bjorn's watch.
Is it Bjorn's watch that was going on?
Where then Bjorn wanted to have a bit of a conversation. This hasn't really
For the
spoken
first
to
time,
Rhea.
a perfect moment moment to find out more about Rhea and build a relationship with this wonderful party member they hadn't found
Just
out
wants
much
to go from acquaintance to friend, is what it
And,
is. He doesn't
yeah,
want to be
pretty much.
acquaintance.
and you stole it from me.
Well, role
This
play
is my
better.
moment.
So, as you do have matching tramp stamps as well. So as the
Who has
world...
the other one?
Velk's got one on his
Oh.
neck.
Okay.
So as the world froze around you, Rhea, and you were in this vast courtroom within a ancient castle of sorts, a giant ebony wolf at the top of these stairs, howling to the ceiling, two wooden thrones or seats of importance. A person stood at the bottom of the stairs, informing Lord Everdark that the ritual has begun. It seemed that the person that appeared from behind... Hey, thank you for the gifted sub, Biggie. That the person from behind the wolf, the ebony statue, as they walked down the stairs, and the liquid silk mantle cloak that became part of their attire once they reached the bottom of the stairs, appears to be someone called Lord Everdark, an immaculately dressed, tall, very present being in this courtroom. The eyes are of a canine appearance. There are a thicker fang to their teeth, not the sharp little pointy back ones. These are proper teeth. What is going on here? Hype train. There's stuff going on my stream that I'm not used to. But they turn to you, does Lord Everdark, and acknowledges the fact that you are looking through a portal of sorts, or a window of reality. You did notice all your friends seem to be in the same sleeping position in the courtroom as they were back on the plains of Vitoria, but you are acknowledged as a daughter of Twilight. They ask you to step forward a couple of steps. Cheers, Chuckles! They ask you to step forward a few steps, and you do so before you even have chance to resist, react, or anything. Currently, Samson, you don't need to sing, dude. That's watching YouTube. Currently, if you try to make noise, there is nothing. You can make the motions with your mouth, but no sound comes out of your mouth. As you step forwards, it is as if there is a quick, almost theatre-esque change of scenery, as more of the old sort of paint drying away. Let's see if this music. Let's turn it right on. Let me know if this is too loud, guys. It's on the same thingy as the players, so hopefully chat don't get their eardrums burst out. So there is no music or courtly entertainment going on. It is simply these two people. As the scenery does change and the old, like, flaking paint from the wall happens, and as a couple of these flakes kind of pass through your vision, you notice now that within the courtroom itself, there is now a long table, easily large enough to sit 18-20 people. There is a seat at the head of the table, and then evenly chairs on both sides, and a smaller chair at the foot of the table. You notice that Lord Everdark, you don't remember seeing them walk there, but they are sat at the head of the table on this large wooden dining room chair that is very much too wide, big, unwieldy to be just a dining room chair. It's very much a throne that they are sat at, with two wolves that kind of curl around from the wood and face each other. Lord Everdark sits perfectly straight, one hand on the table in front of them, the other hand beneath the purple-esque, like plum purple tablecloth that is all the way down the table, and their hand is beneath. And you find yourself walking over to the smaller chair at the foot of the table. The chair pulls itself out. You sit upon it, and then it ushers itself back up to the table. I can't remember what they're called. The candle braziers, or candlesticks, but they're like two or three. There you go. Them. All take light. I don't do words, Rich. I'm not here for words. I'm here for Roll20. They all come to life. Small flickering fire dancing upon the wick of the candle. The food that as you were sitting wasn't there, and then as you adjust and sit back up, the table is now filled with a beautiful banqueted meal of pheasant and turkey and fruits and vegetables and sauces. There are jugs of wine, of water. It is as if great company is expected, or at least one of wealth and nobility in such a place. Not that these things are known to you in such an obvious way, but you are aware that, you know, when someone goes out of the way and puts this much food and drink, just whatever it may be, that there's obviously a grand reasoning behind it. And Lord Everdark then puts both elbows on the table and rests his chin upon his hands and stares down at you. And there is a grin, like a side grin, and you just see the fang, just one canine fang just produced from beneath the top lip. They lick it, and their mouth closes again, and they stare what feels like hours. And you sit there, and you feel yourself sat upright, and you feel very present, but unable to make yourself do anything. You can't slouch as much as Hannah is trying. Raya can't slouch. You sit proper, and your hands are clasped together in front of you on your lap, but you are unable to speak, even though there's been the odd moment where you tried to voice a excuse me now.
More than an excuse me now, but yeah, we'll go with that.
The jug, maybe 2 feet from you, just up the table, rises into the air, as does a silver goblet, and the jug pours out a glass or a goblet of wine. The jug is put down on the table, and the goblet is put before you. Again, you're unable to fling out it or such, but there is a silver goblet of wine. Lord Everdark just stares down at you. Looks around the courtroom. Starts beckoning to the shadows of this courtroom. And people start to walk from the shadows, dressed in long, very formal ball gowns and very well cut suits of the same sort of gothic Ravenholm-esque fashion. Their filigree goes over their shoulders or down the long trailing sleeves of their dresses and such. There are what appears to be elves and humans, dwarves, gnomes, halflings, furbolgs, a list of creatures and humanoids and races that you have heard of, seen, maybe seen. All these are recognisable to you as you see them approach, and they are all in the expensive fashion of Ravenholm. And they all take a seat at this table, either side, taking up those spaces, with you at the foot and Lord Everdark at the head. A picture, a portrait picture, painted with maybe oils or such, is brought out. It is currently covered with a almost see-through cloth that is over the picture, but you can see that there is a humanoid shape behind it. It is put on a like an easel frame beside Everdark, and then he slowly pulls the cloth from it, and on there is a very long-eared, fair-looking creature that you know to be a Fae of Sunlight immediately from just seeing this picture. You can see that their features are angular. They have a very ancient but almost clean-shaven, fresh look about their face. He does look familiar, but only by word of mouth, and you cannot really associate the name, but they are wearing a beautiful blood red corset, and he wears it quite high up, so the collar comes right up and sits just under the jawline, and there are silver and black sequins across the filigree of this blood red corset. and his silver long white hair down the back. Everyone at the table, just need to adjust Tony a little bit. There we go. Everyone at the table looks and gives a nod or a bow or a salute of respect, honour, greeting, whatever it may be, towards that picture. Lord Everdark then places his hand at the top of the picture, and you see small black grey claws just grow from the tips of his fingers, and he slowly rakes it down the painting, slashing the canvas beneath, and the folds of the painting just fall to either side. Just shakes his hand a little bit slowly, the claws disappear. Again puts his chin on his two hands and looks down. He gestures to everyone, and they all start to eat. Very delicately, very nicely, no matter their demeanour when they approach, when they sat, but everybody eats perfectly prim and proper with their knives and forks. You alright, dude? Okay. Lord Everdark sits back and just watches. Small conversation happens between the people across the table, the elves, the dwarves, the humans, the gnomes, the halflings, whatever it may be. You can't understand the words they're using. It just seems to be noise. Like when you're in a dream and you don't understand what people are saying, but they're just having conversation. And he never takes his eyes off you as Everdark. The conversations carry on, there are drinks being poured. And it feels a good hour passes as you just sit there staring, a goblet of wine next to you, still your hands. You're not frozen in place, but you feel that you should sit like this rather than do anything else. And you can't work out if it's a compulsion or if you're just sitting. As this hour passes, everyone does the whole, like, dabs their mouth and such, and turns, and there is what you assume is a thank you to Lord Everdark. They all start to get up, and as they start to walk back towards the shadows, they disappear like mist. All of them. Until you are left alone with a table full of empty plates or half-eaten pheasant or teeth marks in something like chunks of bread, and it is just the leftovers of a banquet. And Lord Everdark stands and walks towards you. Feels an eternity. Each tap, tap, tap as he gets towards you. He clicks his fingers, and a chair nearby just turns out and places itself next to you, and he sits upon this less grand chair, one of maybe a halfling sat upon 10 minutes ago. He sits, crosses his legs, puts his hands on his lap, and he just, you're both facing the same way. Cheers, Uli. You're both facing the same way, like up the table. You can't turn your head to look directly at him, and he doesn't look directly at you, and he kind of just leans sideways, so you're still both looking up. It has been a while since I had any of the twilight at my table. An even longer while of those empowered by the moon. He sniffs the air, starts sniffing around you. You walk with a dragon. Sniffs again. Surrounded by the light of angels. Keeps sniffing. And one of many faces. Interesting for a daughter of twilight. Interesting indeed. Sniff some more. Well, you're most certainly here by accident. Not to worry. Accidents happen. But I will need you to leave. He pauses, looks around the place, sits back in the chair, puts his hand on top of your head and just starts scruffling the top of your head, and you feel the nails, the claws, and he's just scuffling your hair. No care in it, just ruffling your hair up. Exactly like Dom's doing. His method. Gets up, puts his hand on your shoulder. You feel not physical strength coming through the grip, just a nudge of presence as he then just pats you and pushes your head just sideways softly and starts walking back up the length of the table. He takes his seat in his large dining room throne with the two wolves looking at it. Thank you for attending. Goodbye, daughter of Twilight. And he just kind of sits back, shakes his hand, and you see the paint that flaked away start to reform as the vision of this grand courtroom and Lord Everdark starts to fade away, and the reality that you left behind at camp with your friends reforms itself.
Real quick.
Yeah.
You are an incredible DM, but you have made me feel physically sick.
Cool.
Please don't do that.
Nope. That's not in the contract.
I'm Urs.
So. You feel the rush of air. They should be doing something. Come on. You feel the rush of air. It is nighttime-ish, coming to a morning. The first light you see, which tells you what all time has passed when this started, to where you expect the sun to be rising. As it does rise, your friends are about you. And you are a day or so away from Lento. But you probably get there today, I believe.
So, has physical time passed since I've been there?
When the vision begun, the first light hadn't yet graced the night or pushed it away, but you were expecting it. Now as you return to your camp with your friends, you now see that first light just breach. So physical time for you is maybe 5 minutes.
So 5 minutes of me being essentially catatonic.
Yeah.
Whilst mid-conversation with Bjorn.
Correct.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
I shall have to take you there sometime. The lights, as you look at them over the fjords and the mountains in the nighttime, they're quite beautiful. Bjorn is in a stream. Bjorn is in a stream of consciousness.
Monologue.
He's staring off in the distance, kind of like waving his hand to mimic, like lights in the night sky. It is very beautiful, especially when the sky is completely clear and the snows have all fallen and the clouds have gone. You can see all of the stars and the lights almost connect them in a kind of river. It is very, very pretty.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I have no idea what you just said for the past 5 minutes. Maybe an hour, I'm not sure. I heard nothing. All I heard was you talk about some lights.
You seemed slightly bored by the questions about your homeland, so I thought I might describe mine. Obviously, I told you that story. It was strange that I found myself opening to a stranger. I'd never told that story to anyone before.
How long have you been talking?
Maybe 5-10 minutes. Why?
It's only been 5 minutes.
Yes. I'm sorry I was boring you.
I've been gone for an hour.
You did not go anywhere. You are right there. You have not moved from
No. We were sat here, we were talking, everything stopped. I am then in a courtroom with some wolves and statue stuffs in it, and there's like a ritual that's supposed to be happening, and then Lord Everdark appeared from behind these two throne things, and then people sat down and had dinner, and then I just sat there. I couldn't not do anything, and he saw me and he called me a daughter of the twilight, and they all sat down and they had dinner, and I didn't eat anything. I did not eat anything. Plus the wine was in a silver cup, and I can't touch silver. Silver is not okay with me. It goes on my skin, doesn't feel nice. And then everyone left after eating, and that was like an hour long. And then he was like, oh, I've not had a daughter of the twilight here in a while, especially not one that walks with a dragon and is surrounded by angels and is a child of the moon.
Go on, give me a perception check. You've got 406 rerolls, so feel free to spam it.
As many as you like.
I'll take a reroll.
You get a nat one.
I just get a nat one.
Okay, there's that reroll.
Oh no,
13.
only 17 left.
You don't remember it happening, but Rhea's hair and feathers look completely like bedhead. Very different from like mid-conversation to she must have done it while I was talking to her, but it's full-on scruffled bedhead.
There was a physical change on my body.
You seem a bit you do seem a bit out of sorts. Your hair and feathers are a bit ruffled.
He scritched my head.
Goddamn scritches.
He sat
like
there.
Your pet?
Yes. He went like this, and Rhea like shows.
Everdark is the name that keeps coming up.
Yes. I don't often pay that much attention.
Neither do I. Perhaps we should tell the rest of the group.
Yeah.
I think Everdark has something to do with the Raven place, the Raven home. Yes?
Rhea just glazes off.
I will wake Face.
Are you just waking Face, or are you waking other folk up?
I'm gonna wake Face first, and then kind of go around and wake everyone up.
Face, when you wake up, give me a perception check.
We're disadvantaged because Faze is not a morning person.
If you want to impose disadvantage on yourself, I will not stop you.
No, but I don't need disadvantage for this. 6.
Cool, carry on with your life. You don't see the dragon.
What?
Face, Rhea, I think, has had possibly a prophetic dream, or has travelled without travelling.
It couldn't be a dream, could it? Look at my hair.
Everdark.
What about it?
Rhea will explain. I'm gonna go wake everyone else.
That'd be a first. Hiya, you okay?
Sitting, talking to Bjorn. Bjorn thought I was getting bored of talking about my place, and then he started talking about his place. I was listening quite nicely because, interesting, trying to make friends instead of acquaintances, and then all of a sudden, everything stops.
With you so far?
You all stop breathing, you all lay there quite nicely, but Bjorn has also stopped talking. But hasn't stopped talking, looks like he's trying to talk, but is just frozen in place, and all of a sudden, courtroom. And then there's wolves, and then big ebony wolf that's howling at the moon. And then there's two, throwing things, and then there's a person that's saying the ritual's almost ready, the ritual is done. Lord Everdark, the ritual is done. And then Lord Everdark appears from behind the corner going, shut up, there's someone here. It's a daughter of Twilight. And then we sit down and we have food, and I couldn't say no, I couldn't do anything apart from just involuntarily step forward and sit down and just sit there all prim and proper. When have I ever just sat prim and proper? I've never done that, because why would I do that now? That makes no sense. So we're all sat, and then other people arrive, and then there's a painting, and then he cuts through the painting, and then all the people start eating, and they're all like quiet chatter and eating all lovely stuff, and this, that, and the other, and then they stop eating, and then it's been like an hour, and I've just sat there this whole time. I didn't eat or drink anything though, because that would be stupid. So then, after everyone leaves, he comes down from this big throne thing that he's sitting on, he being Lord Everdark, and then it's like, oh, you walk where the dragon, and 3 angels, and the one that changes faces, and then he scritches my head.
I wonder who's who.
I'm an angel.
Yeah. That's why you don't play D&D with adults, Don. They take forever.
And then he was like, oh, daughter of the Twilight, haven't seen one of you in a while, plus not one that works with the moon. And so obviously, like, what is daughter of the Twilight? That does not make sense to me. But moon, because moon, cool, moon, like moons. And then he scratched my head, and now look at my hair. I came back and the hair was scritched.
Okay. Right. That's a lot of information.
I feel sick.
Do you want me to fix your hair?
As you were all walking up, Etheria, Althea, and Velk, can you give me perception checks, please?
Can we willingly opt out if we don't want to see them?
if you want, yeah.
Why are we all trying to disadvantage ourselves here? I'm like, no disadvantage for being sleepy.
Etheria, Velk?
And 15.
15 and 21. Right, so Etheria and Velk. It's dawn, so there is light upon the road ahead of you. You can see that the mountains are vast and in your direction, and the great forest that the town of Lento. You can not necessarily see the town, but you can see the abstract shapes of the buildings among the forest, so you are aware that you're going in the right direction. Ahead of you, coming towards you, you see a cloud, a grey cloud. I mean, this is Atoria. Rain is as rare as Rockinghorse. But this grey cloud gets bigger and bigger till it's maybe 15 feet across. And then 2 things fall from the cloud onto the path in front of you in a instant mini thunderstorm as lightning and rain almost explodes from this cloud. The grey cloud dissipates, the rain vanishes, and one crack of thunder and a flash of lightning hit the floor. And you see 2 things. You see a very small, maybe, I say small, it's about a foot high, seahorse of grey and ivory flesh, and a bubble of water around it. Stood next to it. Are you ready, Dom? You ready, dude? Stood next to the seahorse. You see maybe 3.5 feet, same size as Velk in physicality, maybe a bit chunkier, a bit taller, shorter, depending on the mood Velk's in. But someone of Velk's stature. They have a blue sea green skin. Their hair is up and wavy. You can see braids of seaweed within it. They have long flowing watery blue robes and the greens of the sea across their robes and down. They wear a seashell white shirt beneath their robes, and they have a few bits of sea-inspired jewellery upon their wrist and around their neck, and this little seahorse within a bubble next to them. Velk, you recognise this sailor-esque looking caster of the arcane. Dominic, you see before you a warrior all in gold and red, like a Greek warrior. You see a pink dragon with pink crystal dragon hair and a katana like a samurai, a sword like a samurai, yeah? You also see a tall, bearded man, black beard, moustache, long black hair, braided, in a long brown jacket and a big axe. Next to him, you see a half human woman and a half wood and metal magic human, like a magical robot. Yep. There is also a bird creature that is what you know to be a fairy or a fae, but they are very big. They have big feathery wings, they are dark and grey, and they have small horns growing out the back. And then you see somebody that you recognise. You see Velk, the small gnome, with the big white moustache and the white hair, the storyteller that you know is always hanging around with people looking for adventure. And they are just ahead of you. What do you do? Are you still on mute, Dom? There we go, lad. You can do anything you want.
Greet him.
Okay. How do you want to greet him? What would you say to him if he was right in front of you? Would you
Hello?
Say, there you go. Go on, Velk, you're up.
Mid Rhea's story, the group looks in awe as thunder cackles and lightning flashes, and a new friend appears. Aquarius steps forward.
Either Velk actually knows this one, or this is getting creepy.
Right?
Agreed.
This is a friend of yours, Velk. Wait, you're not going to answer. Does Rhea think
Aquarius.
this is a friend of yours?
Aquarius greets them all with open arms.
Is Aquarius standing there with open arms?
What are you doing, Aquarius? So anything you want to do with your body, whether it be wave, jump, or anything like that, you got to make sure you say it out loud so we know what you're doing. So if you decide to do cool, he's waving at you. Probably more at Velk than the rest of you, but he is waving at you.
I wave.
Leah does like a little half nod, half bow. Like...
The small sea horse, Aquarius, that's been your friend for many, many years, whispers in your ear. I'm hungry. Let's go sit with him. And starts nudging you in the back. Do you go over to the party?
Everything frozen.
Everything's frozen.
Everything's frozen.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, technology.
Is it moving again, Sam? Dom?
Yeah.
I'm a kid.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did you hear the sea horse talk to you?
Yeah. That's all I heard until it glitched out.
Oh.
Cool. So the sea horse, that's a friend of yours, nudges you in the back towards the party. Do you walk over to him or do you stay standing away?
Stay standing away.
Yeah, don't trust him, good lad. The sea horse just kind of sits on your shoulder in its bubble. Good choice, Aquarius, good choice. What are you lot doing?
Do you want to join us for breakfast? We haven't eaten yet.
Yeah.
Oh, what is for breakfast?
Uh,
I think it's Beyond's turn.
Don't worry, Aquarius. They'll make the breakfast. We don't need to.
Does
So-
the seahorse have a really deep northern accent? Tiny
You'll
seahorse.
find
or
out.
massive?
Oh, someone's camera went.
Oh,
Oh, it's Rich. Tell Rich to put
Rich.
his. Oh, Rich.
no.
Oh, we lost them both.
Internet's gone.
Their internet's
no.
gone. We lost them both.
Bjorn really didn't want to make breakfast.
Who am I now on the stream?
No one.
Oh, I'm
It's all an
just a
absolute
quarter.
mess. yeah.
Oh, me and Dom are playing
Bjorn.
Aquarius. Excellent.
Yeah, Bjorn and Amelia have gone.
And
oh, yeah,
my
you're a little
forehead
bit.
is
I'm
playing
Bjorn and
Raya.
Belt.
Oh, Bjorn's
hello.
back.
Oh, I'm playing
Amelia's
Raya.
back. Right, so I just
I
now.
love how they look very like scared about what just happened.
I need to
They're
move
like,
everyone around.
Sorry, our internet just gave up on life,
We got
as far
that.
as I can tell.
It's all right. Velk is now Dom. So.
I was playing
You?
Raya.
I'm Fizz, I think.
There you are.
She's a great character. You'll have a wonderful time. A little bit darker than Etheria, though.
I can't do the posh voice.
You can give it a go.
So waiting for Millie to go, what voice?
yeah. Let's move everyone back to where they
Just
are.
my voice. I can go posher than that if you like. Haha. Good time.
Too young.
I was about to text Hannah actually and be like, our internet died. But we're here now.
don't text me, my phone's on silent.
Rich is currently local now, so...
I knew it.
Right, I need to.
The thing is, I thought it was just me, so it died. And I was sitting there like, oh no, I've gone.
For
And
me,
And then Rich came in and went, you too.
Rich just appeared for me first.
It just all
had
froze.
everyone on the Zoom call, so get used to you being in certain
Right, I
places.
think that's everyone back. So.
You're
You've
just
offered
making
you've offered breakfast. Aquarius has said yes. So Aquarius and his little seahorse friend come over. Aquarius, you're sat at their little campfire and they are making breakfast. Bjorn, who is the one with the big black beard and axe, seems to be cooking some eggs on his axe like a legend.
Over
And
the fire.
You see your friend Velk as well. The seahorse just kind of sits on Aquarius's shoulder in its bubble of water, just rocking. Evening on.
Staring
Did
at
we,
the
sorry,
seahorse.
did we hear the seahorse?
Yeah, he greets you.
Goody.
Raya
Morning.
points to the seahorse and is like, how did you do that?
Its mouth goes, I talked. How did you do that? With its little fin.
Hey Aquarius, I like your friend. Very cool.
Thank you.
What is sorry, you are a separate person, obviously. What is your name? And I gesture to the seahorse.
Ed,
Ed.
Ed the seahorse.
as in Mister.
Mr. Ed, aren't seahorses normally found swimming?
People normally found whole and not half and half.
Traditionally.
Well, traditionally, I'm in a bubble. I'm safe. Aquarius looks after me. Don't you, Aquarius? And he gives you a little,
Yep.
little fin bump to Aquarius.
Would you like
Where
some
are you?
breakfast?
I'm all right.
Aquarius?
I'm a vegetarian.
Yes, I will.
Oh,
Aquarius, did you travel by cloud?
I don't know how.
how did we get here, Aquarius?
I forgot. Wait.
We were looking at them people in the snow. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then that weird magic thing opened,
Mhm.
and we fell through it, didn't we?
Yeah. And now we're here.
When he mentions looking at people in the snow, I want to check to see if Aquarius is wearing a necklace.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
As everyone
Happily.
dives for Aquarius' neck.
So Aquarius,
That's going to be a 5.
a perception check is when someone uses their eyes and ears to try and find some information out.
Do I go on to the D&D Beyond thing?
You do. Find me the skill perception, because you're going to look at Bjorn while he's looking at you.
Skill. Wait, what?
So click on the skills.
Where's skills?
So if you press all those red squares,
Oh,
yeah, there
Yeah.
you go, dude. There should be
Click
one that
it.
says skills.
skills.
Yep, tap skills.
Yeah.
And there's one called perception. It's in
First one that
it's
begins
it's
with a
in-
P.
It's in alphabetical order, mate, so just look for the P's.
Perception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it say?
It says +4.
Cool, so roll your d20 and then add 4 to
Is
it.
this D20? Yeah.
You got it.
Do I roll it?
You do, mate. You can just lie if you want and shout a number out.
We all do.
Tony shit.
And then add 4 to it, mate.
Either 6 or 9, and then
Either, you
Nine.
pick, you pick one,
Nine.
dude. You pick one.
It's got a line underneath. 6.
it's 6.
Plus 4?
10.
Cool. So with your 10, you notice that Bjorn isn't wearing anything that stands out other than his normal thing. Bjorn, what did you get?
A 5.
A 5. Other than the shell jewellery that is quite obvious, you're both kind of surprised at seeing each other that you don't see anything that stands out.
Okay.
Not like we have a million rerolls.
Yeah, I was like,
Have you
We're
used one? I
saving
don't
them
use them
just
all.
in case. We might need 17 of them in a row.
What? So you do not know what brings you this way?
Well, I saw a damp light, and then I went towards it.
I suppose that's one way to find adventure.
I mean, now we're here, you probably want a good idea, but
And you know Velk?
Mm-hmm.
How?
We don't even know Belk.
what does he do, Aquarius?
Adventures.
What does Velk do, though? On those adventures, what's his job?
I forgot.
What does he write?
Stories.
Of?
His adventures.
There we go.
Oh, so he has always been like this? When you know him, he talks in stories, he doesn't actually talk to you
Yes.
properly? Ah, okay. I'm glad there are other people in the world who have to put up with it. It is nice to know we are not alone.
Apart from when he clocks off at bedtime and we get about half an hour of normal Belk.
Are you still looking for adventure, Aquarius?
Not really, but I am trying to find this one thing that has been stealing the fire to turn everything back to the Ice Age in all the different realms. And it did it to my realm, and then that's why we were searching in the snow for people.
In your realm? You're not from this one?
No, I'm not from this one. Like my seahorse told you, we fell through a magic hole, and then we're just here.
I thought he was in a different country, not a different realm. Oh.
As Aquarius is saying this, I will use prestidigitation to start making little kind of clouds and lightning bolts and kind of spark like cackles of noise around him.
As Velk does that and you see the lightning and stuff, even though it is of a magical effect, you notice that Aquarius's physicality reacts and you see his eyes go lightning blue. Just for a brief moment.
So what realm are you from?
I'm from, well, actually, no. You won't really understand because it's in a different language, but it doesn't I don't think you'll really understand. It's from in the secret language. I'm not allowed to tell anybody, otherwise, my boss will get mad. He will. Well, so yeah, in the language it's called souls, and then that's all I can tell you. Yeah, in my language it's souls.
In their language, Aquarius, these lot.
The plane of souls. The what is it? Was it plane or what was the other word? Realm of souls.
Yes.
Who's your boss?
I can't give you any more information about that.
Right.
The seahorse is behind Aquarius like that.
Freya just leans over to FaZe and just whispers, I swear to God, if this is ever dark, I'm so angry right now because this kid seems pretty cute.
Doesn't seem likely.
Do you know who's stealing the fire?
Yes, I only have a faint vision of him, but it was like a giant ice, soul-forged giant ice monster, like it was like a skeleton, and it had like glowing blue eyes, like fire, like blue fire coming out the eyes. And that's all I really remember now.
Like an elemental of ice, or like, and I'm gonna point at FaZe's robot half, like this, but made of like icy material.
Yes, and for some reason, it's trying to find it's trying to take all the fire from different worlds. It don't matter if it's whatever fire it is. It's trying to take it away. It's trying to take all the heat away and try and change everything back to the Ice Age.
That doesn't sound good. I'm not built for the cold. I live in Atoria. I don't want winter all the time.
Just so you know, Aquarius, it's very, very hot here.
Okay.
Why?
Because it's the climate.
No, you prune. Why does it want to take everything back to the Ice Age?
It's kind of hard to remember, but there was this story that I kept on hearing about, and it was so. What was I going to say again? I forgot.
It's alright, Aquarius, just take your time. Seahorse nearly started smoking then.
Seahorse gets a cigar out.
Oh wait, yeah. So it was trying to change everything back to the Ice Age, because the more ice and the more realms in the ice, the more realms that are in the Ice Age, the more power he gains and the more land he gains, because he is connected to like all these different forts, like these forts in the like underground in the ice, where they start using their sorcery to make like parts of the stone chip off and turn into ice, and then it just
that ice comes to life and then starts attacking people.
Yes.
Do you think he's going to try and do it to this realm?
Yes.
Is that why you're here?
Yes, and there's something I haven't told you, and he is at this realm now.
He's in. Oh, okay.
That's why we're looking for Volk.
Is Velk gonna? I mean, are you looking for Velk for help on, like?
I'm looking for people that can help because he's got loads of land and I can't get that. I can't defeat him by myself. I am the master of the sorcery. So, of the storm and water sorcery.
Oh, I'm a sorcerer too.
Nice.
So, what do we think about this?
Paris is, after all, your friend.
Group thinks they should help Aquarius.
Althea does like a very, like, she takes out her sword and does the very noble, like, puts it down and sort of kneels down and goes, it would be an honour to help fight this blight that has affected your realm and it's going to affect ours. I personally am at your service.
Althea just doesn't want it to get cold. I'm happy to
I really don't want it to get cold.
None of you would survive the winter.
It really,
Winter
where
is
the metal
coming.
meets my skin, it gets really uncomfortable. Like, the cold is not for me either, so I'm happy to help.
I'm going to touch. I'm forgetting my name myself now. That's Althea on the shoulder with my extremely cold hand because they never warm up.
Get that. Twitches with the elbow and shit. Like.
I know loads. I am born from like a cold region in my realm, but if everything is ice, there's no plants we can grow because they'll just die. There's no life since everything else has been turned. Every source of life in the realms have just been turned to ice, and that's why me and my seahorse Ed was trying to find people that could help because, well, I couldn't defeat this person alone, and all my sorcerers that I've been training have now been turned to ice.
And we know Velk's always hanging around with people like you lot, so here we are.
I'm happy to help. Should we go via Lenter first? Do you know where we need to go? Velk, do you know?
I do know loads of parts so I know where the place normally will be. They make like forts in the middle of the ocean underground. So in the middle of like an ice glacier and underground their fort is there, and then they just turn all the water to ice. So it's just a thick layer of ice that stretches on for miles, and then boom, the entire realm is just ice.
I don't know where the closest glacier is. I don't think we have any in Atoria.
It makes a glacier. So once it's in the water, it'll make its own glacier.
Oh, so there might be, if it's around here, there might be water.
It might have already taken some heat or fire from your place and turned it into a glacier. And now it is underground and chipping away, turning stuff to ice.
So Ed looks up. What's this Lento you speak of? Is it a place?
Is it a city?
It's the next town over, I think. Like,
it's more like
less
a
than a day away.
fort where like
He does this.
dwarves, like a fort where like
Ice
a
dwarves.
dwarf fort, but like it has like a fort, and then there's a bunch of different entrances and it's like an infection. It's like a virus. Once they hit a piece of stone and it chips away, it will spread, and then once it hits like a tree, like it's a tree's roots, it will start spreading even faster. So if we were to get there really fast, then we could probably stop it. And if you were to take down the tree that it's spread it to, that would stop
Slow it down.
Yeah, slow it down. But unless someone can just see through walls or like floors, or just dig really fast and destroy the ice.
Master Aquarius.
Tree. Yes.
I reckon we should follow these lot to Lento. Just get some food and drink. Maybe we can ask people if it's got cold around here.
Thea thinks about how in Lento there are paths through the mountains that are said to be carved by dwarfs to a sacred place for all Atorians.
Yes, what Belk said. Also, I love how when Aquarius said, you need to be able to see through walls, 3 people looked at their character sheets to see if they had anything that would allow them to see through walls. I saw everyone go.
So, unless you want to walk and talk, as you have your breakfast, you pack up the camp and you start heading towards Lento. You should be there early evening, unless something dives out at you and you all die, but who knows, you've got a seahorse now. So, on your way to Lento, you are walking and talking, so if you wish to still interact, talk to Rhea about her moment, to Aquarius, to the seahorse, to Aetheric, whatever you want to do, you're all free to do what you want until you arrive at Lento. Is there anything in particular anyone wants to talk about, ask, do, etc.?
Just very quickly, while we're having breakfast, I'm going to go around and, while this conversation's been happening, I'd like to just sit behind Rhea, put all her feathers back in place, so she feels less ruffled.
Cool. Doesn't take you too long.
That's it. Just preening. Preening my friend.
Belk and I to compare matching tattoos and let everyone know that we have matching tattoos now.
I think perhaps we should put the pin in whatever we are doing when we get to Lento and help what appears to be
urgent crisis.
The end of the world from happening.
Avengers Assemble situation.
What's an Avenger?
Well, we can let...
you look the most like one, to be fair.
Face. You're the first Colossus Avenger.
Do we want to find the emissary that Alexander sent, let them know what's happened, and then go and try and find this ice fort?
Yeah, well, yeah. They're going to have to get the information back to Alexandra and figure out something to do with Clear Eye.
To do something.
And yeah, we obviously need to do something about this.
Mm-hmm. Fine. Then maybe we should get going. It does sound urgent.
Move as fast as we can.
Does that mean I'm carrying Val?
Yeah. And at some point we should obviously come back to our good friend Rhea and their predicament.
Oh, you're good friends now.
I thought you were acquaintances, Beyond. And I'm going to start packing up the camp and getting ready to go.
Good friends is like 3 steps above acquaintance as well.
Beyond thinks how in Lento they may find the solution to both problems.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Lento.
I'm just going to pat Beyond and go, great thought, my very good friend. Let's go.
As you all are
how do you make
talking,
friends in Etoria? How does this work?
It's too complicated, you won't understand.
Fight them for a bit and then
throw snowballs.
Whoever beats you in hand-to-hand combat is your best friend.
You tell people about your hometown and your life and stuff like that while they are transported somewhere else for
whilst they have an out-of-body panic attack.
I did not know.
So
it wasn't a joke.
As
I was being serious.
as we walk towards Lento at some point, I'll be like,
you're heading there now. It's walk and talk.
Aquarius thinks about home and his ship, the Gorgon, and how he sails the seas of the Soul Realm. And I just start making like a little kind of ethereal boat or a ship kind of sail around.
With the Gorgon as the busk.
Yeah.
front of me. I'm fucking writing that shit now. Cool.
As he's doing that, I'd like to cast Shape Water and make seas below it.
Cool. So Aquarius, you see Velk summon your old ship, the Gorgon, with the Medusa head on the front. Then you see Etheria cast small magics as well and make water appear under the ship, so it looks like the ship is on the water. And you just and Ed, your sea horse, just goes, bloody show-offs.
Can I get involved, snap my fingers and cast light on the Gorgon so it's got like a headlamp?
Everything's frozen. Oh, now it's back. Now.
It's back. Althea clicks her fingers and a light shines from the Gorgon on the ship. So you now have this beautiful large ship, just magic ship floating next to you. I'm assuming that only lasts like a minute. So, as you
long rest,
you've had your long rests. As you are heading towards Lento, I'm going to call a break there, so we can all go have a quick toilet break and get a drink. And then when we come back, we will see what Lento has in store for you all. So, thank you for tuning in. We'll be back in about... Mute yourself, Dom, when you're not talking, dude. Mute, Dom. Press the mute. Good lad. Yeah. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll speak to you in a sec. Don't go away. Badoom! We're back, I think. Yeah. Right, welcome back.
We have found
We're
though.
playing D&D. Well, I do. I don't know about you guys. Right. Join the Forsaken Lands Discord. It's a new LARP system. Myself, Eduardo. Mute yourself, Dom. Mute yourself, dude.
He's weird.
He is now.
Oh.
So, yeah, myself and Mr. Valentine, Eduardo, we've been designing this, talking about it, butting heads about it for a couple of years, I reckon. Easy.
Quite some time.
1942. And then, but yeah, we've been after doing this LARP for a long time. We got together with Twisted Goblin Armories, Ree, playing Althea. Some beautiful folk, Rainbow, or B, you'll get to meet her soon. We'll do some big shout outs about the team, who to meet, what we've got planned, what you can expect, all that good stuff. If you're interested in LARP or you want to try out anything, come and join the Discord. We'll have a lot of info going on there for you guys to get all keen about it. So yeah, please come along. All ages, from like Babby to on the way out.
Bring your nan. Bring your nan.
Bring your nan.
On the way out.
Is that the tagline for the system?
Look, I went
Take a
on your way
lance
out
up,
and
bring
Ree
your
went
nan.
bring your nan. So I'm just saying.
This is why I write the posts.
Bring your nan.
Right, so you have
Instead of monster buddies, it'll be nan buddies.
Yeah.
Or bring an extra nan.
bring your own casket, you get a deposit. Discount is what I meant to say. I don't know what your deposit's on. But back to D&D. Alright. BYON. Bit weird. So you're on your way to Lento. You will arrive there early evening after camping out for the night and Rhea experiencing whatever magic Lord Everdark has at his disposal. You met a wandering water sorcerer, a master of storms and ice, apparently, so I'm told. Fell out from a magical portal cloud and landed on the road in front of you. They have a seahorse with them, maybe a familiar, maybe a second adventurer, who knows. But their seahorse friend and Aquarius is what they're calling themselves, also knows Velk, or knows of Velk at least. Is aware that Velk is a story writer, a writer of adventures, and always hangs around with adventurers. Aquarius informed you that a creature of soul-forged ice has come through into your world, and its sole purpose is to steal all manner of fire from Colossus. It does this by creating a magical glacier beneath your oceans. Small dwarven fortresses are riddled throughout this giant glacier. These ice creatures that mimic dwarves with frosty beards spread the virus of ice throughout. If it touches the roots of trees, it spreads faster, so on and so forth. You can slow it down by killing off or cutting down or destroying such things turn to ice, but it will forever spread unless the creature is slain. Now Aquarius believes that the creature is at least nearby or in Atoria, and is going to accompany you to the town of Lento to try and get a bit more information on where it might possibly be. As Althea has already pointed out, Atoria is a very, very hot country. So if this creature is here, it would be very noticeable if ice started appearing in a particular place. Like a mountain that you all started on. So, as you approach Lento, the music changes. Using Sunscape, our sponsors of 2022. I don't want a port town, I just want a town. Here we go.
Here we escape, everybody. Great sponsor. But not sponsor, but sponsor.
They are.
They are
Yes,
sponsors now.
Sponsor,
Yeah.
Official.
sorry. Yeah.
You said sponsor too many times now. I've lost all meaning.
We
Yeah.
went and spoke to them for ages and they said they'd sponsor us just so we'd go away.
Hey, pays the
We'll
kids'
sponsor
bills.
you to not use it anymore.
If it works.
Yeah,
If it works,
yeah.
it works.
So, The town of Lento, as you approach, is only known to Althea, a native of Atoria, as a chilled out, nondescript, not important place. Just happens to be a town on a map. You have no real information about it, Althea. You just know it exists.
It's just nice.
It's just nice.
It's just a nice place.
Just a nice town.
Nice.
As you approach this town that is built within at the base of a massive mountain range, and the vast forests stretch out all around it. It is a very obvious geographical site as you approach, as this, mountains are not small things. And the approach to Lento is beautiful, very picturesque, very. Every artist would give their right arm, assuming they were left-handed, to paint a picture of what they see before them. They are large almond tree farms and fig farms that stretch from the edge of the town towards the forests. There is a river that flows out of the mountains and feeds the land and gives it fertility. The town itself is staggered up the base of the mountain and among the trees. The mountain builds are built with little decoration, simple and functional to cater for what appears to be, as you are all entering the town. You can see those that are quite clearly in the occupation of mining. They have the mucky dirt on their sort of cheeks and foreheads, around the eyes. Their beards, you can see, are full of dust. Some of the lasses have still got like the sacks of stone and such on their backs. You quickly notice that where the wagons are and the wheelbarrows that have been pushed around, that there is copper and silver ore among what they seem to be carrying around, or shipping between buildings that are further up into the bit of the mountain ranges. Towards the front of the town, you can see the farmers' homes, much more obvious, with long buildings that store the harvested almonds and figs, waiting to be prepared and sent on their way to markets in other towns and across Atoria and such. Somewhere in the middle of the town, as you are all kind of just like almost within it now, the homes, they've had a bit more attention spent on them. There are incredible gardens at the centre of the town. Normally there'd be a market square, but or a stage where someone would give speeches to the town and such. Here is an incredible garden made up of a multitude of coloured aster, a star-shaped daisy, like a daisy wildflower. There is a single dwarven gardener. Seems to be fairly old looking, or at least been around long enough that they've got a bit of weathered and wisdom to their face. Their head of hair still thick, ebony black. There is feckle salt and pepper in their hair, but their beard is filled with it. Absolute 50-50 salt and pepper. And they are attending this beautiful aster garden, this daisy, wildflower daisy garden. They are, and the town is filled with people, seem to be going about their day. Some are, every now and then will help the dwarf gardener move some things around his garden, this huge central garden at the town. Those that mine are up further up where the staggered houses go into the mountain, or back and up to the base of this mountain. People are just working. It is an evening. There's still light of day, but folks are still working as if it's been all day. They don't seem to be winding down or anything. The almond trees and fig farms that are kind of at the edge of the town and then spread out across the base, like further onto the more fertile ground towards the forests. People are just getting on with their job. There are young, old, somewhere in the middle. Mostly you see humans. There are a few Neraliath. For you, Aquarius, a Neraliath is a human with giant blood, but it is sea giants, so they have blue skin and white hair, a little bit like yourself. They're very good in the water.
The gardener, AD, before we
Yep.
get like go further past him. Sorry, was it 2 gnomes that
No,
gave us the ponies?
2 gnomes that gave you the ponies? Yes.
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna veer off. I need to speak to the gardener.
You approach the gardener and he's kind of got almost one side of his face is proper scrunched up, as if they've squinted so long in the sun. It's that whole if you keep pulling that face it'll stay there sort of mentality. And he's just kind of pottering around his garden. Green fingers.
Hello, sir.
Evening.
Are you known in these parts as the gardener?
I am the gardener, yes. Are you known in these parts as... I just kind of waits for you to say something.
My name is Bjorn.
Pleased to meet you, Bjorn.
There were 2 gnomes in the town, just down the way, near the bridge over the Raindrop River.
Know it well.
They say they asked me to bring payment to you for something.
Little guys. Gnomes, you say. Bit
They
gobby.
gave us these very gobby. They gave us
Soldiers.
this
Got a bit of a soldier mouth about them.
little bit, yes.
Aye, pass them here.
How much did they owe you? Just so I know I am checking got the right person.
How much do they owe me? They don't owe me, I owe them.
Very well. I'll take out the diamond that they gave me.
Nice.
Pass it over to him.
Takes it off. And then as he picks it up, he switches which eye he's squinting with and he looks at the other eye. And back again. Rubs it, puts it in a little pouch. Name's Byron. He puts out his meaty dwarven hand. What do you say? What, Bjorn, you say?
Bjorn, yes.
Oh, well,
Byron, you said.
That was close, wasn't it? Aye, Byron. B-Y-Ron. Or the gardener.
It was a pleasure meeting you. I guess these ponies are ours now.
I don't care for ponies. You do what you want with them.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
We've just been told we have to save the world. So we best be getting on with it.
Yeah, good luck with that. Saving the world. Just turns around and starts going back to the daisies.
I'm gonna.
You notice that these
back.
daisies are a beautiful purple star shaped with their petals, and the entire garden is filled with them. Actually, you go back to the party.
Mm-hmm.
You're back with the party.
Carry on into later.
Anybody else? Just in town, just stood there.
Did we find lodgings, or is there perhaps a guild hall?
Are you still talking to the dwarf?
No, to everyone else.
Okay.
Is there perhaps, do we know of a guild hall or somewhere where bards congregate that we could ask about?
Doesn't look like the type of place for a bard's guild hall.
It's quite a sleepy little town. Not even sure if they have a tavern.
They've got to have a tavern. Every town's got a tavern. Or somewhere people go to drink.
Oh, miners are gonna go drink. There's got to be a tavern.
While we're stood just chatting, can I make a perception check to try and see him?
You can make a perception check.
And make 17 of them.
Can I roll some dice?
That's 22.
22. What are you trying to look for? A tavern of sorts? Or?
Yeah, or people congregate towards the tavern.
There is. It doesn't hold the same atmosphere as some of the taverns, especially in Cruel and some of the places you've found so far. It is more like a what's the word? A tranquil drinking place. There is quite a long building that is half looked quite homely when you first entered the town, but now you're deliberately looking around the place. This long house. seems to be somewhere where folk are, like you say, congregating a bit more than other places, but it isn't rowdy at all.
I'll spot that, and I'll turn around and I'll use
Pea magic.
Yeah, that's the one.
Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation. There we go. Got it. It's one of those days. So I use that to create little kind of clouds that are floating just in front of Aquarius's face, and then they start to drift towards the longhouse as everybody's starting to speak about a tavern.
Aquarius, as this cloud appears in front of you and it starts to move and you follow it, you see this big building, really long. It's only one floor, it doesn't have any stairs, like a bungalow. It's really long, and lots of people seem to be drinking milk and juice. No beer, no alcohol, Aquarius. No alcohol.
I got very confused for a second, and I loved Dom's reaction, like,
Yeah.
yay.
Grumpy face. So, what do you wish to do? This is asking all of you.
So as they're all chatting about trying to find a tavern, Aquarius thinks about alluding to his newfound friends, their location.
Alluding?
I mean, yes.
So
Aquarius, where's the tavern?
I've given you all the information that I know about it, but it's like a dwarven place. It's like a dwarven fortress.
A little cloud
What?
is floating in front of
Yeah.
you, and it starts to drift off towards a tavern-like building.
Oh, is that what you mean?
Yeah. Aquarius just
But
starts
we
thunderbolting
haven't
everything.
seen that yet. Only you've seen that, so we're asking you where
So
we're to go.
Velk is basically telling you, Aquarius, where the building is, and then the party are asking you where the building is. You weren't listening, were you, kid?
It was a long, building, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. So all they're asking you is, where is it? And in your imagination, mate, you just have to go, it's over there.
Okay.
So where is it?
Over in the big, long,
There we go.
building.
Sausage. Cool.
Well, if we're to meet anyone, I imagine that's where they'd wait for us, in the communal place.
We didn't get a name, did we?
No.
You were really covert. Really covert. Send somebody.
Now I've got to go in and go, do you know Alexander?
Anyone that's not us.
Somebody with a red rose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a
Someone
box
with
of
a
Cadbury's
hanky
milk
in
tray.
their pocket.
So you
Yeah.
head over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Follow Aquarius.
Cool.
And the cloud.
Aquarius, you lead them over to the long building. When you get there, you notice that there are lots of people who work the mines, so would have done a lot of digging and done a lot of lifting of the copper and the silver ore that this town seems to be mining. There are a few tables inside that have piles of copper ore and silver ore on them. Only small piles. They're not it's not like market day. And there are a few people coming over and inspecting them. There is also some lots and lots. I mean, you'd be shocked, but there are baked goods, lots of cakes, like fig flavoured everything, almond flavoured everything. There's loads of baking that's gone on in this town. It is a bit like a cake shop cafe sort of mentality going on in here, with some special rocks for sale. Amsterdam. Tell you about it when you're older, Aquarius. So, as you go in here, there are a few people. Sorry, Aethera. There are a few younglings, human and dwarf alike, that are serving folk or nicking the odd fig cake when they can and such. But everyone in here seems to be pretty chilled out, just relaxing. There is somebody pottering around playing a small lyre, which is like a little guitar, Aquarius, or lyre. But But yeah, there's some nice music. It's very nice. It's a nice town. It's nice.
Bjorn, I know it's really unlikely. It seems really nice here, but could you have a look at the food?
Let's get into mute when he's not talking.
Showing your paranoia there, Etheria.
I personally think it's well justified.
No, I didn't say it was unjustified paranoia. I just said it was paranoia.
When you say you want me to have a look at the food,
I'm going to step up behind Bjorn, just ready to grab him.
Yeah,
necessary.
I can't do that.
You can't?
Not anymore, no.
Oh.
Oh.
What can't you do? Says Ed.
I used to be able to call on powers gifted to me by my patron, and I would be able to see if anything was magical at will.
And now you can't.
No, I have requested a different gift recently from my patron, and they have granted me such.
Oh, so you're okay though?
I am well. I personally think that I am now much more effective in a battle situation. But I can no longer see the magic.
Probably fine. And Etheria, you might even be able to get a cup of tea here. It seems more like the sort of place that may actually have tea.
Yeah. I'll head to the bar. As I'm heading to the bar, I'd like to look around and see if there's any really obvious out-of-towners.
Give me a perception check.
11.
No, obvious. There are at least 2 people that seem to be holding more conversation than other folk. Like, people are going to them for conversation and then moving away, and then other people will come to them. They don't look out of town at all. They look very comfortable in town and very home, as it were. But they are both human looking. They both have a short, brownish sort of haircut, just again probably to help with keeping cool in the Atorian sun. And they are dressed in simple tunics of blues and reds of Atoria. Nothing standoutish other than the fact that people are talking to them more than they're talking to each other. But they don't look out of town.
Yeah, I'll just approach the bar.
There's a young elf and there's a young elf. Hello.
Hi. We've just got here. Do you serve tea?
We do. Fig or almond?
They're teas. Almond.
Almond tea coming right up.
I don't know what everybody else wants.
Oh, you're buying everybody a drink?
My party.
Oh, my mistake.
Unfortunately, I'm not flush with the coinage.
Oh, to each your own. So just the one. Are you getting your party somewhere? Or do you just want the one tea, or?
I'll look behind me and see if any of them are in talking. Well,
I
could
smile up at him.
Yeah. What would you like, Velk? Milk?
I smile.
Milk?
One milk, one almond tea. That'll be almond milk.
I think everyone can have milk. Milk's all around.
Milk's all around, and one tea for yourself.
Yes, please.
Lovely.
I'm sure they'll be okay with that. Bjorn?
Can I exchange my milk for a beer?
Do you do beer?
We do.
Whiskey?
No idea what you just said.
Any alcoholic beverage?
Yep.
What is it?
I have
It's a surprise.
I will. It's
It's
going
gonna be
to be.
fermented milk.
No.
Beyond sounds
we're
like-
not doing any more surprises.
No surprise, Bjorn. No. Just have a cup of tea.
Milk, juice, or tea.
I will have water.
Coming right up.
Wasn't an option, but okay.
We're here to meet somebody as well, but we were in a rush and didn't get their name. Do you know if anyone's come in inquiring about a party of, well, like us? If anyone's arrived in maybe the last few days or something like that?
Putting the cups on they're very nice cups, made of clay, on the tray. 6 of them are filled with a white liquid. We can all assume it's milk. You can assume that. And then there is a tea. And you see the elf crush some almonds into it. And when they crush it, it comes out as a powder into the top of the tea. It's not chunky. It's some art. And asking about, well, to be fair, you kind of, I thought that's what you were going to say when you walked up immediately. I didn't think you were going to order a drink. But yeah, Julius is looking for, well, anyone that's got and gestures at you, hanging around with him.
I think I'm the only one of me, so yeah. Do you know where Julius is?
Yeah, Julius will be, if you go through those doors at the far side, just gestures at 2 double doors, and they kind of swing like saloon doors, but they're the full length. Probably getting something to eat. It's an evening, you know. We've got a bit of a bake-off going, so well,
is the food through there? Or do we order here, or?
Oh no, it's free, but it's not free. It is free, but if you would like to make a donation, it'd be highly appreciated.
Oh, how much for this? For these, and whatever reasonable for the food, I guess.
Well, I can't tell you what to donate for the food. It's a donation.
Fair. How much for the drinks?
If Julius gives a nod, then it'll be on Julius's tab. Unless another pink lizard,
dragon.
Dragon. If another pink dragon enters, then Julius will be buying your drinks. I highly doubt. You are the first I've ever seen.
Yeah, apparently there's none of us left.
There's none of you left?
Yeah, no dragons, apparently.
Oh, you think you're... Oh, my apologies.
No, I was joking. I apologise. My mother and father were each of the Samos and...
you are Dragonborn.
I am.
Just looks away. Pushes you the tray of drinks.
Yeah, I will give them a gold.
For the food, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. And they just toss it down the bar. Put that in the donation bowl, please. And you just see one of the miners just grab it, nod, put it in the donation bowl. It's got a few coins in it.
I'll give the mugs to the nearest people near my grab tray and just gesture them to go to doors.
Cool. Aquarius, Althea, Velk, Faze, Rhea, Bjorn, you all have a mug of what looks like milk.
No, I don't. I wanted water, so I don't take mine.
That's cool. You can put your cup down. As you, where are you going, Etheria?
Through the double doors.
As you go through the double doors, the elf takes the mug of milk that Bjorn put down, drinks it themselves, and puts the mug back underneath.
You come in, Aquarius. You're welcome with us.
Did you just nod there, Aquarius?
You gotta say it out loud.
Yeah,
Stuff.
it's because of the mute. It's because of the mute, mate. I'm with you.
Yeah.
So Etheria and Aquarius, you go through the double doors. What the rest of you do?
Go with them.
Follow them.
Cool.
Yeah, go with. Sorry.
As you all go through the double doors, you are hit with heat, and it is heat from that of an oven rather than the sun. Luckily, mute yourself, Dom. Luckily, when as the night approaches and the evening approaches, it does cool a little bit in Atoria with the lack of sun, but it's still got a bit of wham about it. But you go in there, the oven heat hits you, and there are maybe 10, 12 people in here, again all dressed as if they've been either out at the mines or on the farms, except one person who stands out like a sore thumb. On the tables in front of them all are lots of like small cakes, pastries and such, all sweets, sugary breads, all just out and about on these different tables, and folk are just helping themselves, sharing, discussing how nice they are and stuff. It's just a nice, farmers market type thing. But the one person that stands out like a sore thumb, tall, slender build, sun-bleached blonde hair tied in a ponytail that falls down between their shoulder blades. A fashion of one who likes to lounge in the sun, in that their tunic, even though it is ankle length, slits up both sides right to the hip, front and back, tied at the waist to cover modesty, of course. Beautiful, smooth skin in the way that Faze and Althea tend to carry. Their eyes are a jade green. You see no weapon upon them. Their tunic is a beautiful turtle shell green, which brings you to the amulet that sits just at the top of their chest. That is a small turtle shell. Very well made, beautifully attached and crafted on a leather braid that goes around the neck. Althea and Faze, give me a religion check.
Okay.
Their eyes of jade green are bright and they shine like Althea's.
18.
18?
Needed 16.
16. Althea, far easier, DC lower for yourself, because you live here. The Celestial of the Turtle, I know it's a big giveaway, is definitely present in this gentleman's aura. The turtle is entertainment, a lot of it is the patron celestial of Buxy Bay, so a lot of bards, whether they follow, within an inch of their lives or just paying a bit of respect, homage type thing, the turtle is usually involved in their religious thank yous and such. Clearly, this person wields or has access to the magic of the turtle and its celestial gifts, whether that be clerical, paladinic, etc. But they definitely hold an aura of divine link to the turtle. They kind of flick their sun-bleached blonde hair as it falls, and they are eating a very small, about this big, little fig biscuit. And as they walk, you see their calves, thighs, arms, shoulders, all kind of just move through as these slits upon the long tunic move with them.
Just watch them walk for a second.
Hello.
Who said hello? Yeah, I can't. I don't have the camera on at the minute, so if you put your hand
Really?
up, I ain't got a fucking clue.
I did follow it up with me.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So
I'll
as
wait
you
first.
as you say hello, this lovely turtle representative turns around. Why, hello, and how are you?
Better than we were a few days ago.
It's always good to be better than you are a few days ago, but not as good as you will be in a few more days, because then, well, you'd stay in there now, wouldn't you?
I guess. Sure. Have you been sent by any chance to find us, or are you just here incidentally?
Nothing gets past you. Let me guess. So, Faze, Velk, Althea, definitely Etheria, Bjorn, and, the beautiful Rhea. And I do not know the short one. And your name is? Aquarius, this tall human, looks down at you and puts their hand out. and says, "And you are?"
I am Aquarius.
Pleased to meet you, Aquarius. My name is Julius, child
Pleased to meet
of
you,
Collector.
Julius.
Nice to meet you.
I did not know you'd be with these people. Alexander only told me there was 6 of you.
We picked them up just this morning, along the way.
Well, aren't we? Well done. And the little seahorse?
Ed.
Ed? Alright.
Yes.
Mr. Ed.
Mr. Ed, he says up to Julius. Pleased to meet you, Mr. Ed. Well, Alexander said I should come to you. Stick yourself on mute, Aquarius, when you're not talking. There you go. Alexander said I should, make myself available for you lovely lot. Apparently there is information to be shared, and I do like knowledge.
Well, okay. Are there lots of people around us listening in? I know this might be the first time any of our groups have bothered asking this.
There's a few people in. I mean, the room's marquee size. Like, there's what were you lot in it now? There's like 18 of you in there, 18, 19 of you in there. So it's not cramped, but you're probably going to get heard if you speak normally.
News we have might be considered a little alarming to some people. Possibly we should take a walk somewhere quiet.
I do enjoy a walk. The sun has gone, the heat is less, and
Honestly, it's hotter in here.
Thank you. And then they walk out of the room, the double doors, assuming that you'll follow.
I grab as many pastries as I can carry on with.
Give me a D12.
D12, wow.
Got rerolls, Tony, don't worry.
17 rerolls just to get 12.
Please do use them for this.
We didn't make the 20.
If you rolled a 1, Tony, I swear to God.
I need at least
No.
15.
Anything
15.
from 13.
No, I rolled an 11. Why can't I roll this in combat?
Because it's a D12. So on your D12,
11.
11 in
you got an
combat.
So you
isn't that
managed,
good,
you
Tony?
managed to, yeah.
I honestly think you should re-roll that, get 15.
On a D12.
Yep.
Escape rate roller till you get that 15. So you pick up loads of cakes. You pick up 11 cakes, and you kind of walk out holding these fig and almond variety of pastries, sweet treats. You all following out? Julius.
As we're walking out,
Julius.
can I just-
Yeah, you go.
oh, I was just going to say, can I just mutter to Etheria? I really don't like almonds. That's it.
I'm allergic to nuts. How do you know? That's how they killed me. Anyway, they rubbed a Snicker on my face. You get out of the pub, out of this
Cannon.
phase, assassinated with a Snickers bar. You make your
My
way
next
outside.
character.
A Snicker bar.
The other half of phase. Sorry.
Julia, the other half. Yeah, it's just switched. It's just switched. They're brilliant. We'll flip the artwork. Outside, Julius walks towards the Daisy Garden that you were at the centre of town. There's no sign of Byron, the Dwarven Gardener, but and most people seem to be towards a building somewhere, or you see now that there are street lights being lit, some of the oils in the lanterns, and it gives a very beautiful glowing gloom to it around the streets and the garden, and the light, when it hits the purple of these star-shaped daisies, kind of, you have to double take to see if it's metallic or not on the leaves. I do enjoy this garden. Well, Julius kind of turns around. For now, at least, we are out of earshot.
Plagai is lost. Everyone turned into flesh-eating monsters and started eating themselves. possibly each other. We did not stick around long enough to find out. They were all affected by magic. It was once you got far enough away from Clei, the magic wore off. Fortunately for me.
We think it was caused by a dwarf called Plutonius.
There was also a pig demon.
There was also a pig demon.
Possibly guardians for Plutonius.
We still have the pig demon, don't we? Oh, not the pig demon. No, we've got the little sniffing thing. Sorry, carry on.
Raya just points down and goes, his name is Sniffy McSnifferson. He's great.
Just so you know, Dom, there is a little bald-headed lizard creature.
Really ugly lizard creature.
A little bald-headed lizard creature that has no eyes. It's like a no-face. You know, like in the story, the no-faces? It looks like that, but like on four legs. And it sniffs at everything.
We all treat it like a dog.
It stays near Raya, though. It's very interesting. Why did this happen? Do we know?
We have, sir. Sorry, you did the questioning.
Well, possibly something to do with the ritual, or gaining power, or serving something. Or Glutonius really is just a pig who wants to eat everything. It's really hard to say.
There was something to do with souls feeding something, wasn't there?
Well, that was to do with the incident.
Oh, with your yeah.
That wasn't to do with this, although potentially linked.
Be the same, yeah.
We were trying to find out more information, and then Bjorn started eating his own fingers, and we had to.
I touched a necklace in Glutonius's bedroom and were sent to the celestial plane.
Indeed. See anyone you like?
The caretaker, peacock symbology.
Well, we are of Vitoria. So why ask for my presence?
Actually, we just said we think someone should look at this, I think, pretty much.
It's one we needed to get a message. We need to help with that.
We were sent to investigate the people involved, and that's where it led us. And then Bjorn ate a rotten rat that was beating itself on the ground. And
well, this is the famous Bjorn, who is fearless in the roulette legend.
Yeah. So our simple investigation got a bit out of hand, and
then we made a mistake, and rather than stopping it, we screwed up and didn't manage to stop it.
I mean, I'm not here to judge, but what was the mistake? So I advise other folk not to make the same mistake.
We thought we had longer. Basically, our mistake was thinking we had more time than we did. Velk advised we didn't. We ignored Velk's advice. And then I was very angry at Velk for several days.
I will relay all of this to Alexander.
It seemed like it was time sensitive. The town was feeding and drinking all day, but did not seem to come under the effects that turned them into flesh eaters until the evening. That may be possibly pertinent information, perhaps not. But it did not become a problem until the night time.
And then it was almost too late. Immediately.
We did not know that all of the food was, possibly all of the food was infected with this magic.
So, does this mean the town of Clay is lost? Or can we save those that...
We haven't been able to go back. We haven't been back.
There did not seem to be any that were unaffected.
Well,
if they are those that have held out a little longer, or that are still survive, if they're evacuated, possibly, but it may be dangerous to approach the town as well.
So,
probably not for you, my friend.
But I will not be going anywhere near anything of a martial or violent scenario at all. Like, No, not for me. Alexander has people for that, and he has people for this. I am people of this. Knowledge.
You have the knowledge
I have a lot
of
of
the
knowledge.
hereabouts or the local area.
Local area, Atoria, some further afoot.
To aid our new friend, Aquarius, have you had any reports of recent cold spots appearing, like icy cold, which would be
Surprisingly chilly.
quite obvious in such a hot place?
Aquarius, give me a persuasion roll.
A persuasion roll.
Yeah, so if you go to your skills, so press the the few red squares again.
Yeah, I've gone to my skills.
Look for
Persuasion.
Yeah.
+6. Okay, what?
So
What?
D20 again, mate.
D20.
And you're gonna add this to Bjorn's talking to Julius.
17
Is that +6 or?
+6. No,
So you rolled a 17.
23 then.
Nice. Then mute yourself again.
Thanks, Aquarius.
Good lad. Yeah, because Bjorn is banging that on. And he's got
Yeah.
he's got a +15, he'd still roll. So, as Bjorn is asking this question, Aquarius kind of steps up next to Bjorn, and the seahorse just stands, like, makes itself proud. And Bjorn gestures at Aquarius. Julius thinks for a while. There are rumours of a cold spot that has been located in the warmth of Atoria. It's definitely unusual. We were looking into it quietly. There are always those rumour mongering, selling false adventures to the guild, but from what we have discovered so far, if you head west from Lento through the mountains, you will find a forest. This forest has been untouched and sits upon, as legend has it, the lake beneath the forest runs deep beneath Atoria and out to the seas across Colossus. But that is a story for bards. I've never headed west, nor do I wish to venture through mountains and forests of ancient times where there are no alleged civilization. Although, you might be interested with it, dear Faze. For the star gauntlet that your very House of the Forge use in Ravenholm, it is said that the reason the lake exists in the first place is the star that fell hit Atoria. I mean, obviously the Ravenholms and House of the Forge would say otherwise, but who am I to know the truth? I'm just a mere historian. I say mere, beautiful historian.
Before Velp puts and thoughts in my brain, I have an idea. It came from me first.
Okay, I believe you. No need to be so defensive.
It's not you I am being defensive towards. I'm just Velp. You are going to look into Clei. We are going to help Aquarius. And also, you wanted to send someone to look into this anyway.
I see.
We do this, come back. If you have any more information for us then, or Alexander wishes to employ us once more, we will check in after we have completed our mission for our young friend.
How about this as a counter offer? You do this, and I get somebody else to look into Clay Eye. That is far more suited.
Sounds good.
Well,
Anyone else?
I would like to know the outcome.
Before you, I do apologise, Fizz. Young Aquarius, are you okay? You might need to unmute yourself. Are you unmuted?
Yeah.
So, I can see that your eyes are sleepy and your seahorse Ed is also sleepy. I have quarters here if you wish to lay your head down for the evening and rest, and then your friends can help you in the morning. Does that sound good? And he gives you a small key.
Yeah.
Yes. Ed just
How do I leave?
How do I leave? Look at him straight in the back. I'm done.
I'm tired, I'm out.
Just leave it on mute, Bex. Good night, Dom.
Oh. Fucking shattered. He's sitting there like...
Night, Dom. Love you, mate. Take care.
Night, Dom.
He don't
Can't
care.
hear
He's
us.
off. He's gone to Cuckoo Land. His bedtime's been 8:30 for 10 years.
Yeah.
Same.
So you see Aquarius take the key, and the seahorse kind of give you a wink and swim out in their bubble. We've got a random Becky on the thing, but
I was going to say, if you just drop it down on its face, then you'll just see the background and you won't see Bex wandering around. That was all.
Bex is not in it, just for where that door is. Besides, it's, creates atmosphere in case Dom comes leaping out the grass. So, you see Aquarius take the key and leave, and Julius and yourselves are left in the room.
We really would like to know more about Clear Eye and the situation there, and to follow up on that, but we do need to help Aquarius first. Can Alexander get a message to us, or yourself?
Just for the outcome, we feel... I have a lot of guilt over what happened there. I'd like to know the extent of the damage done.
Our business with Plutonius and the troop is not over.
I don't know, so... yes! Thank you, Bjorn. If, in your investigations, you find out where Plutonius went next, or what her motivations were, or get the opportunity to kill her, all of these things would be fine.
One of those is more likely than the other. I will report any information somebody else passes on to me regarding where she may be, or going, or is, or how violent she is.
That's sort of what I expected.
But yes. And I can definitely get a message to any of you now, now that I've seen your faces and know who you are. And me and Alexander, well, we're like this, so...
like this?
Less like that, more like this.
Can you get the message to someone you have not seen?
I could try, but sometimes it might go to someone who may look like the person that I'm trying to get it to, and they might get a message that they're not expecting, and well, that gets strange.
Not a name or a connection, a family connection?
What about a drawing, if we drew them?
If I'm quite honest, I've never tried to reach out that way, but I'm very interested in trying. Why, do you have a particular family member?
I would wish to exchange perhaps a message with my sister.
Well, if you maybe interesting.
I have a sister.
What does she look like, Bjorn? Althea holds like a pencil over a piece of paper.
Like a police sketch, I'm into it.
Yeah.
She is beautiful. Taller than me by about half a foot.
For sure.
I would like to try and draw them for him.
I am 6
as
foot
Bjorn's describing.
She's taller than me by about half a foot. Short, dark hair, so that her enemies cannot grab it in battle. She has a scar down one eye from a childhood sparring incident.
Stabbed your sister?
Yes.
Yeah, but Bjorn's missing a leg, so it's alright.
However, she is
Dead.
maybe 1.5 times as bulky as Althea with the muscle.
Not possible.
You need to
He's
meet
lying.
you need to meet my
I am
sister.
the biggest thing on Colossus.
But she is oft out on the sun-bleached fjords and has much darker, more tanned skin than myself.
I do enjoy the sun.
Well, we get so little of it in the north that she gets out in it as much as she can. But I prefer the darkness.
Okay, wow. Hit with the yes. So who drew it? Or who drew her? Etheria, give me, or both of you, give me dex checks.
Beyond, what's her name? You missed some important information here, my friend.
You just asked for a description.
Are we basing this on performance or just dex?
Dex.
How many rerolls can we use?
No one
As many as you
charismatically draws a picture, right?
I do.
Just because the sorcerer's got high charisma.
I've got performance. I will take a reroll.
Before this
What time
looks
are we
like
on? I'm having a
before
reroll.
this looks like a Mr. Men.
I rolled the same thing.
So I hope you're
Read
checking.
the timer on.
I hope you're checking these rerolls. You little, you know.
I've crossed some out. I've got 12.
I think Ree's just had 6.
I used 2.
I used 2 as well. No, I rolled a 12 on my best one.
I rolled an 11.
Jesus Christ, guy.
What the? I will say, half of it's 12, half of it's an 11. Right?
Her name is Torun.
I thought we did separate drawings. I turned mine around. It's just a stick person.
But they're so bad that you've took the best half of yours and the best half of Etheria's, and you've come up with, what was the name? Sorry, Bjorn.
Torun.
Corin.
Torun.
Corun. I don't do accents.
Torun.
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 You wrote it.
Yeah, but I didn't say it like you said it.
Althea's drawn a stick person with massive biceps.
Mine's, Tarun. Like.
Epheria's got distracted by like the sun-bleached shores and stuff like that. Started filling in all that stuff.
Yeah. So as you've got a bit of landscape going, as well as I've got the Towan Highlands behind me. Should have changed that background. It's been that long. You took me 3 hours to notice. You get Bjorn looks at it and he's like, maybe if the seahorse drew it. You know what I mean?
Shining off the icy wastes.
I will go with your description, Bjorn. And what the name was? Tarun? Did you say Tarun?
Torun.
That's what I said. Okay. Hold my hand. I don't know if it helps, but let's hold hands. Why not? Why not? Closes his eyes to Julius. The green. So the in between the shells. So you know how a turtle shell has that cobblestone sort of pattern. The in between the shell bits kind of has a dull glowing light, and it doesn't radiate like a lighthouse. It's just enough as if they put a light under the shell itself and give a little. When you put a light in your fingers and it's orange. That starts to happen, and they reach out to your sister. Right. Now, what am I saying now? Tell me now.
There is a large band of warriors coming to attack the city you are in.
The city you are in? Oh dear.
Led by Bleeds in Snow.
Led by Bleeds in Snow?
Are you okay?
Are you okay? Well timed, sir. You hear, Bjorn, like an echo, like it hits Julius and hits you. Well, short stuff. Been a while. I'm not in the city. Or a city. I'll kill Bleeds in Snow before he kills me. I'm still bigger than you. Kisses. And then the magic fits.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. She seems charming. Definitely has your way with words.
Some would say better.
Some would, yes.
She's training to be a paladin. Or was when I left. She
Yeah.
probably is.
Definitely. I felt the girth.
Is there No, it is too much. You have done one message. Thank you.
Well, you're very welcome.
Do you feel how muscular she was? Like, compared to me, you looked at me.
It wasn't even close, Althea. You are by far the most muscular creature that
Thank you.
Colossus
You're
has ever birthed.
You're just shaking his head.
It's just a pat on your back, Bjorn. Pat on your back.
Althea, you are perfect. Stop judging yourself by other people's girth. Your girth is sufficient.
As long as mine's bigger, it's fine.
Okay.
Wow. What an interesting group. Very girthy.
So good.
Julius.
Yes. Hi.
Can you send
You don't need to wave, but
can you send another message?
I can. To who? To where? To where? To why?
Are you aware of the elf named Gabriel?
Insight check.
Be my boyfriend.
Nat 20.
Jesus. Fucking the wet.
Yeah, no. You want a picture?
Tony's first
Alright,
one
you
of the
pervert.
campaign.
I'll just go with a nat 20.
That's a 23 total.
As Julius says the words, never heard of him. Oh, what a lying bastard. I mean, it is not even remotely like you are like, you hear different words. You hear, yes, I've known them years. We've been friends for donkey. Like, you do not hear the same words Julius says. You read through that like a sandwich going through a blender, which is a new t-shirt. Better than a hamster, I suppose. Going through a blender, not a sandwich going through an hamster. You weirdos.
Or a hamster sandwich.
Or a hamster
How are-
sandwich
how are
going
I-
through a blender.
We're not going into it.
How are either of them okay?
Don't knock it till you've tried it. Anyway,
Would you be willing to send a message to the elf Gabriel? I can describe them if you really need me to.
I mean, you'll have to, otherwise the magic won't work.
They are a dark shade of
Obscene
elf. They've got
twat.
nightshade blue skin. Their hair is kind of dark blue black, changes colour sometimes to silver.
Ah, yes, nightshade blue skin. I've got it. Yeah, that's all I need.
Yeah.
What do you want to say?
Could you please say, this is the Winter Rose. Are you and Lady Akiku okay? We got out. Thank you for your warning. If I can assist, let me know.
Hold my hand. Take your hand. Unfortunately, there was nothing when I reached out. I mean, there's no other check needed. You are aware. Your nat 20's carrying you through this conversation, Tony.
Would you like a cake?
Yes, I would.
Yeah. No,
Maybe in the morning. I'll try again in the morning. Maybe.
Thought the theory was going to go, would you like a cake? Yes. Shame.
Just throw it in the bin. Stand on it. I got 12 of these.
Thank you for your assistance.
Anytime, Etheria,
It
and my
is-
apologies. Sometimes, luck of the draw.
Well, yeah, I've heard that sometimes the magic isn't so potent.
Maybe one day I'll be able to reach out to anyone.
Yeah. So, Bjorn?
I was just thinking, it has taken me this long.
You definitely fit the description Alexander gave.
good.
Yes, really good. Accurate.
I think this means that the attack has not yet happened. She is not aware of it, so the dream I had was perhaps of something that may happen. So I was wondering if I could get the information to her of where the attack will take place. Through you.
Are you pointing at Julius?
Yeah.
You want to what?
I want to message my sister again and tell her that the attack will take place in Foxhaven. So to tell the people of Foxhaven to bolster their defenses.
Okay.
Did you see my picture again?
It was so good, Althea, and yes, it is. It's in here. How could I ever not?
Can you send me that later, please?
It's on the
Can you take a
Discord.
picture?
Delete that from the Discord. So, Julius concentrates. The turtle shell amulet glows again. Didn't glow last time, did it? You know what I mean? Glows again, and they concentrate for a little bit. They don't speak the words, but you assume they are repeating what you said. They don't take your hands this time. They pause for a moment, and when they come back, Julius's face drops a little bit. She says she's in Foxhaven now, and there is a fire she has to deal with, and had to leave quite quickly. But it doesn't make sense. She said she wasn't anywhere near a city before. But with only a moment ago did we speak to her. Don't suppose time's different in Viconia.
Foxhaven is not really a city. It's more of a village.
Well, aren't we grand about our lies?
I actually said town. Originally, you said city.
Okay. Just leaves it there.
Thank you.
Anyone
very
else
much.
need to send any messages?
I have all the blessings remaining to me today. I've not used any of my prayers.
Honestly, everyone I know is here, pretty much. Give or take.
Wow.
If I message my clan, they'll probably just shout at me, so I'd rather not.
I can only message one person, and fair enough.
Never met someone called Remy, have you, from Atoria?
I'm certain you probably have.
Perhaps if you gave him a picture.
The only
Yeah.
Remy I know of is
I
the
love
one
how
in
you look straight down.
Bugsy Bay. He just
That's
staring
the one.
at the
Correct.
boober hammer.
That's the one.
Yes, is he not an alchemist friend of Alexander's, or?
Yes, I mean, he may be by now. I haven't seen him in a while.
Okay. Are you all right? Are they related? You seem quite excited.
He's probably one of my first friends.
First friends.
Aside from the Islam. Can I message him and just find out how he is?
I've only met him the once, but I should be okay. Yes.
I can draw you a picture if you need me to.
You go for it. I will be over here. What am I saying to your friend Remy?
Ask him to say that I say hi, and I hope he's okay.
It's like the equivalent of one of those really pointless short text messages.
What's he been up
Hi,
to?
you alright?
Yeah, what
Just
you up to?
responds, okay.
Ask him if he's learnt to label stuff yet.
Yeah. Ask him if he's still hanging around with that horrible elf.
So, how many words of it? Hi from you.
Yeah. Hope he's okay.
Hope he's okay.
I'm safe and well.
You're assuming he wants to know, yes?
Yes.
You're
Safe and well.
And is he labelling
Is he labelling potion bottles, and does he have any new friends that I need to be aware of?
Althea is such a jealous
To be aware of, read, kill.
Don't want any surprises when I go back to
Okay, so
with this new friendship group.
So Remy, yes, just
Yes.
give me a moment. Close her eyes. The turtle shell glows again. Theory's like, 3 out of 4, not bad. And you assume they're relaying the message that you've asked Julius to relay. They pause for a moment, they kind of nod, they smile, they laugh.
What's he saying?
It's magic, just breathe. Goes right around. So, Remy says hello back. He's glad you're safe. He's been encouraged more to label his potions. Winky emoji. Winky as in winky face, not winky.
Is winky emoji 2 of the words?
Aubergine. Yeah. Eggplant. Donut.
There's a picture attachment, but I can't open it.
It's a GIF. Lots of new friends. What did you say? Shit, I need to look at something.
What?
Lots of new friends. Damaris is cute.
Need to go back to Butsy Bakers.
Screw Aquarius. Screw Glutorius.
I'm sorry. I've got to go
I've got
home.
to kill this random cute farmer.
Well, that's fine. Glad he's okay.
Yeah, it looks fine. Your face says, hey, that's fine. I'm so happy.
Very glad I sent that message.
Well, you didn't. Julius, thank you so much for your assistance.
You're very
That was
welcome.
above and beyond
Remy
what
is
was asked.
lovely, from the sound of it. Well, anybody else? I've not done this many calls on folk for a while. It's quite well, it's enjoyable. I don't know any of them.
Althea's like stabbing a knife into a table a few times.
Are you okay?
We're outside.
You're in a
Into the
garden,
wall
or
then. The
small-
closest person.
Julius backs off. Starts skipping at the sight of blood.
Hi. Thank you so much for your assistance and for taking the time to come and meet us. We really appreciate it. And we might seem disorganised, but I think you've set some people's minds to rest as well.
Well, I
It's
wouldn't have come
appreciated.
if Alexander hadn't have trusted you, so maybe your disorganised selves are chaotically well ordered.
No, Velk's chaotically well ordered. The rest of us just sort of shamble along, hoping for the best, as far as I can tell.
That's exactly what I said.
Right. It's not inaccurate, is it?
Well, I am yours to use. Looks at all of you like, really didn't want to say that word. But
Crazy's
I
looking at him like this.
I am here on behalf of Alexander. So,
How long are you here for?
well, until you are satisfied that I can return to Alexander with information that you wish him to know, or if you come up with a plan that you require my attendance, a non-violent one.
How are you
I
with the
think-
cold?
With the cold, looks at their, fantastic life achievement. Not overly a fan, but more than capable of keeping myself warm, if but for a short time.
If you're looking for a non-violent option, I have a suspicion where we're going may not be the place for that, though, Etheria.
I mean, I won't be doing the violence. If it's around me, I will stay away, but if you need, recuperating at speed, I can call upon the Grand Turtle and remove wounds. Ooh, as long as they're
I mean,
too bloody.
if you're willing to join us while we go underneath an iceberg glacier thing.
I mean, I am here on behalf of Alexander. So I will do as you have requested if needs be.
Do your healing magic, are they more consistent than your messaging magic?
I've never missed a heal. But I know I'm healing. I don't always know who I'm messaging, so...
True.
As long as I know them, never miss.
We would be grateful for any assistance. It sounds like something, viral, ice, something. But it also sounds chilly. You might need some tights.
Maybe some knee socks.
Knee socks, yes.
I would never put these calves away.
Then you're going to be very chilly.
Then I will embrace it as a true... Maybe some knee socks.
It's alright, we'll be dressing Althea in a muffler.
We'll be doing no such.
But you'd be so cute. We could send a drawing to Remy, but it's okay, because if you draw it, you won't know what he's looking at.
I don't know who Remy is.
I knew a Remy once. He died.
This means
Sorry,
I
Remy,
can
who?
finally unpack my furs from home.
Yes, you can unpack your furs from
I have not been able to wear my clothes from Laconia for such a long time because it is so hot all of the time here.
Yeah, naked roulette is a very different game. Although one that
Playing
Leonardus charges less for, so if you're ever back
Never
in
We
playing
don't play any
roulette
kind of.
ever
We're not
again.
allowed to anymore. For the good of, the realm.
Colossus.
Like, we can't.
Yeah.
No surprises, no roulette. Simple. Rule number 1 and 2.
Well, if you know a place that we could stay for the evening and you're happy to join us on our little quest for Aquarius, perhaps we could get a drink.
Yes.
Although it does seem to be mostly almond based.
That's fine. If you, I brought my own additions.
Alcohol?
Not for you.
I'm still shaking.
Alexander requested not to let you near.
Roulette?
Bjorn's been cut off.
Bjorn, you've been cut off from alcohol. Last time you drank beer, you ate your own fingers.
It was cursed.
I'm just saying.
Your finger was cursed? You tried to...
No, the beer was cursed and the food, it was in clay eye.
We
Surely
tested
you
that
do not
theory
think
with-
I have to
our
ask.
new host.
I have to ask. Is the story of Clay Eye a cover-up for you, Beyond?
It's just
What
a
do you
joint
mean?
He refuses to
hallucination.
acknowledge that he's an alcoholic. We keep trying to tell him that it's okay and that we are here for him, but he won't.
Well, true friends are.
True
I
Bjorn, true
acquaintances.
friends.
I drink less than every person you have seen in a tavern on our travels so far.
But none
That's
of them
not
have ever tried
necessarily
to eat
true.
their fingers in front of me.
It was cursed.
And also
you remember that
everyone
time,
in
Bjorn,
that tavern.
How do
When
you...
you were banished to the unseelie Fey realm.
It was a stupid thing. That was also cursed by Leonidas.
Sounds an awful lot like it's other
Leonidas?
people's fault.
You think Leonidas cursed? Wow.
He put the magic on the drinks. Did he not?
No.
Leonidas does not control the magic of the drinks.
Who controls the magic of roulette?
Ectelio, it's his guild. You think little Leonidas can send you to the cursed realm of the unseelie fae? well,
Excuse me, there's nothing wrong with this, thank you very much.
I never said there was anything wrong with it.
It did look like a
And
fun
the
place,
realm is
Ray, I won't lie.
fine.
It's very cursed.
Bjorn did nearly die.
The realm is
Again.
fine when you are also in Sealy.
Have you been there
Right.
recently?
It's not
The
the,
realm itself.
point. If you're on
I'm
Sealy,
just
it's
going to-
fine.
So, what we're saying is, though, my two issues that have come, the stories that are told about the alcoholic Bjorn. Ectelio cast magic
Thunderbird.
on the drinks. I was in a precarious situation. We then went to Clea. Platonius cast magic on the drinks. I tried to eat my own hand.
I see. Other enditis. That I can't cure, but If you are stabbed, I can heal it.
Bjorn, we're teasing you.
If I curse the drinks tonight, will you drink them?
No,
Almost definitely.
Your track
100%.
record says otherwise, my dear friend.
I did not. I was not told that the drinks were cursed.
Have you?
We knew roulette. The drinks were something was going to happen. Okay,
Yes, I knew that the roulette, but I did not know that the drinks in Clagai were cursed.
Nothing at all. Give
We
it
had
away.
been told that the food.
You were
didn't
investigating,
we-
were you not?
Yeah.
You found no
We
information
all
definitely
stopped
whatsoever?
eating.
When we
What
made the
about
mistake.
me makes you think I am a good investigator?
I don't say you have to be a good investigator.
We
But
were wary
what
of the
about your
food,
5
but we
friends?
weren't very wary of the drinks, and we realised that after you drank about 8 pints and started eating your own hand.
Every 5 minutes.
We go get another drink. Bjorn, we're still teasing you. You're okay. It's what friends do, out of love.
Acquaintances
Perhaps.
wouldn't tease you.
Strict
Friends
acquaintances wouldn't do it at all. Only friends abuse them. Which is a bold statement now, I come to think of it.
The children and
Why is
the
everyone making fun out of the whole acquaintance thing?
It was
Oh,
very funny,
because
Rhea.
Bjorn considers you to be friends, and it was a little cold and cutting. Not intended to be, I know that from you, but I think it was, it came across as a little chilly.
He's very insecure.
So Bjorn,
yes,
would you like us to be friends?
I thought we were.
This is a formal offer. I think you should
That's
probably
not what I
accept it.
asked.
I would like us to be friends. Yes.
Then we are friends.
Are you only saying that, Rhea, because we've been teasing about the acquaintance thing, or is this a real offer of friendship?
I don't think you should water it. I'll stay over here.
Why would I want to hurt someone's feelings?
Many,
it's
many
teasing
reasons.
Rhea.
I'm not just gonna say something without meaning it.
Rhea, it's still teasing. It's teasing affection, friendship. It's okay. And I'm going to give Rhea
No,
a
teasing means we're friends.
Yes.
Teasing means we're friends. Yes.
So we're all friends.
Including Valk, who's a little weird.
Velk
Velk
smiles.
teases us the most. Like, all Velk does is tease us.
Valk's just sitting there going, yep, that face right there, that one. Does anyone fancy a drink, including Bjorn?
Yes.
I
I'll have another tea.
have a tab open, courtesy of Alexander.
There is no alcohol.
I said I'd brought my own flavourings, but not for you.
And they are not cursed.
They are not what?
Cursed.
First.
Daft Cat game is gravy time.
Avoiding the
I
question
thought
of
that was a
the
response to the question. Daft Cat game? I was like, what drink's that? It's Daft Cat game, I'm in.
To the bar!
He's not answering my question.
Julius walks off.
Julius,
You're not answering my question.
Julius, are the drinks, Julius? Julius, I'm just going to follow him
Just
into
walks
the
off.
building.
Give me a perception check, all of you.
Does it involve cursed drinks? Because if so, ooh, that's a really
I'm
good
taking a
one.
reroll.
Yeah, me too.
Of course you are.
So my.
We all want to see this thing.
17.
Surprisingly enough,
17.
I'm also taking a reroll because even though I have +7, it would still only be an 8. So
Dirty 20.
yeah,
Okay.
that is
That's
considerably
20.
better.
Who got,
21.
Who got 20 and above?
Me.
So
Well,
you
I've
four.
got 15s and 16s.
Cool. So Velk, Faze, Rhea, Bjorn. As Julius walks away, Althea and Etheria are lost to the moment. But you four, as you're about to... Julius, Onyx Death 2013. Hello everyone, good evening. Good evening, Daft Cat. Good evening, Onyx Death. As Julius walks away, and you're around this Aster garden, this star-shaped daisy garden, you hear a almost like a wooden bolt slide into place, like a thick wooden locking mechanism slide into place underneath the bed of the garden. So the flower bed, as if there is a wooden something being locked into place. I mean, it's not loud. It's gravy time. It's not loud, but you four just notice it enough to turn, kind of look at the flowers, these daisies, as you hear that thick wooden bolt slide into place.
Beyond.
I heard it.
Did you hear that?
I heard it also. Do you think there is a room underneath the garden?
Seems like it would be an interesting thing to find out. Don't know if it's relevant to us necessarily, but
Perhaps
hidden
they were
rooms are
listening.
interesting. That's what I was wondering. Belk, do you have any thoughts? Did you hear anything?
We'll wander over to where the flower bed was and just like move it to see if there's a
Are you just doing the one hand, or are you having a bit of a dig?
like. Like, is it down or is it like through?
It's down. You
okay, good.
heard it beneath. You'd
Yeah.
like roughly from the sound and this. I mean, it is a heavy flowered garden. You'd have to put a bit of effort into a dig rather than just part some soil, if you know what I mean. It was
Even
muffled.
On a hefty 25.
Hefty 25 for what?
Perception.
Yeah, you just know where it is, but you still. Unless you laser beam the soil out of the way with your perception eyes.
Let's do it.
I'm
I mean-
going to go over and also have a little dig around in the flower bed. Not much, but just sort of try and casually like put a hand down into the soil and see if I can feel anything wooden underneath.
Okay, as you reach down, you get through the soil and stuff, and it gets to maybe halfway up your forearm, and you feel something solid. It isn't the roots or deeper soil or anything. And the garden looks natural. It doesn't look like they've made a flower bed. It looks natural in this area. But you've managed to go forearm deep and reach a wooden
Can I
surface.
inch my fingers along underneath and try and find an edge to then
You
work
can.
my way around and see if I can find a bolt?
Takes you about 10-15 seconds. You don't manage to find a bolt. Give me an investigation check. With disadvantage, seeing as your arm's beneath the soil.
A message is
Also-
what are you doing?
Up here in Interior stood there going, oh, fuck. It's good. Investigation.
I'll be the judge of that.
20. That's 20.
That's alright, that's right.
That's not bad.
You do find the edge of this wooden surface. It's pretty large, like as you move your fingers around the edge. Definitely big enough for people of your size to pass through. You find a hole near the middle of it that is oblong shaped, but you don't find any latch or handle or chain or anything like that. But there is definitely a grip, an oblong grip in the middle of this wooden whatever it is beneath the soil. And you're kind of like turfing out the daisies and stuff now.
I'm
Did you
trying to be
find
gentle.
it?
I found a grip or a handle or something. I wonder if we just pull it. Does it come up?
Well, why don't I make this easier? And I would like to cast mold earth, please, and just take a big chunk of the dirt and move it.
Nice.
Convenience, I love it. There's
As-
me, elbow deep
So
in the soil.
as you move all the earth that was around Phase, you clear it aside to smush all the daisies and stuff out of the way.
Bird crap, I'll regrow.
There is a wooden portal, circular-esque in shape, but it is definitely big enough for Bjorn, Althea, even in her armour, if it was to be lifted, could fit through the portal. Looking all around you, on your 25 perception, there isn't many people looking towards the garden. They all seem to be off and away. Julius has not turned around to see why you haven't followed, but there is definitely a very limited time period where people will see that you've just disturbed their beautiful garden.
Ah, hole? Is there any way? Is there like a hole in the door or anything like?
Yeah, Phaser's got her hands in it.
So that you can see straight through it.
No, it's a grip. So it's a
okay.
grip in
Like
the
a
door.
handle.
Yeah,
Can I attempt to pull up the door?
you can. It does not shift, and then you think, oh, we heard it get locked.
Yeah, but it's
I
locked
was
from
waiting for that.
underneath.
Can you give me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who else it would be. I don't know why I sounded so surprised.
No one else set the trap off.
Okay, well, I'm not Tony, so I got 22 on the saving throw.
Cool.
Oh,
There was a very, very, unnecessary attack, but we'll go with it. Literally drive-by, full-on drive-by, Tony. It's a real strong scent of those daisies, almost like blown into your face, poof, and you breathe it deep, and you feel a bit of dizziness, but you shake it off. No detrimental effects, except the weird eye dance.
My dizziness.
Yeah.
That's you.
But the door, this portal is definitely locked, and
Okay.
had been trapped.
Yeah, not anymore. Hey,
Right.
Vel. Do you have any way of opening a door?
Locked
Or
from
anyone
the
else?
inside,
It is locked from the inside, yeah.
and there's no way to look through that door to the other side.
Like,
I have a
Doorish,
way,
do you want it to
and
be
I'll hold up my
afterwards?
axe. I'll pull
Yeah.
my axe to my hand. I have a way.
Oh yeah, that'd be truly subtle. Definitely not going to draw the attention of everyone around. You know, if they've locked it from underneath, there has to be another way in, right?
The party thinks about asking if this is a normal thing for the area.
After you've flung the flowers. Is this
I
normal?
will. Should we try and make it neat again first?
It just
Thanks,
shrugs
Val.
and then moves Earth back.
And I like try and straighten some of the daisies back on top, like.
And then cast Druidcraft to grow daisies.
No daisies grow.
is there any like keyhole?
I tell a
Like, is
lie.
there any-
Sorry, Althea. The daisies you grow, you as a druid using your druidcraft, do not match the vibrancy of the daisies in this flower bed. So you try to grow these aster daisies, these star-shaped daisies with a purple leaf, and you're pretty confident it's druidcraft. You do it all the time. You've been doing it since you were a wee fae. But they do not match the vibrancy and life in like the bloom of these purple daisies in this flower bed are far beyond what you've just created with magic.
So these don't match, and now it's made it very obvious that someone was here trying to look for things. I think we should leave.
Is there any kind of like keyhole or gap in the wood?
There is
of
a
the-
grip, just
A
an
that
grip
was it.
is in a handle.
oblong-shaped
That's it.
grip.
Okay.
Anyone
If
else?
there was any
want
other
to
way,
ask the
I
same
would have misty
question?
stepped in.
Mm.
Freya starts walking towards where dude left to.
Okay.
Let's go to the back.
I think that's right. We'll just ask a thing, say, we noticed how beautiful the daisies are. No, that makes it super obvious that we fucked with them.
We noticed how beautiful the daisies were. By any chance, is there a wooden door beneath?
I mean, it was Velk's suggestion.
has shifted all them daisies out of the way.
Velk's suggestions are normally pretty good, but I really don't know how to ask this with any form of subtlety.
I think we're past subtlety.
What is subtlety?
It's a sledgehammer that was crafted by the gods.
I think it's the opposite of us.
Velk might be subtle, if given the opportunity.
Have we left it? Is it uncovered still? The door.
No, we
No,
covered it all.
Rhea
Okay,
has
okay.
made a great attempt at putting it back.
Okay.
Like Move Earth is not an artistic finesse spell, but she's shifted the daisies back and grown some daisies that look real nice. They're really nice aster daisies, but the
They look the
aster
same.
daisies that were there are far superior in vibrancy, which even for you, Alfie, is a little bit off in the sense that how was the druid using druid magic not matched Daisy's?
Althea thinks if somebody is spying on us, then it is justifiable. If this is normal for the local area, then it is justifiable in thinking, or in not telling the party, and them acting surprised.
I don't understand any of what you just said.
So my interpretation of this, from what you're thinking, Althea, is that we think someone has spied on us, and we would be perfectly within our... Yes, absolutely. There was a... We went outside to have a quiet conversation, and then we heard a bolt lock, and we saw...
Okay,
That closed the door.
Completely shocking.
See a wooden door. We had to move a load of earth.
Because we had something lock inside a flower bed.
But we did also walk into their garden to have a private conversation.
But we're allowed to do that. We are completely within our rights to do so.
But it was their garden.
Didn't move Daisy. They didn't move the earth to then unlock the door to then move the earth. There's got to be another way into this place. Like, it could be the cellar of the tavern. It could be, like Velk said, it could be something very normal.
Well, then why don't we ask?
Because why don't we ask for one?
Yeah. Let's ask if there's a cellar. That might be. Is there a cellar to this building? If they say
I was
no,
just going to do. I was going to do the opposite of subtle.
Okay.
I have an idea, or actually, Velk has an idea, and I'm just going to follow through. And I'm going to walk in after Julius.
I'm going to word that again. I'm just going to follow through. So, you walk in. Julius is already at the bar. He is sprinkling some sort of greenish, like ivy greenish powder on top of the almond milk that he's been given to drink, and it fizzes and bubbles and then settles.
I'm going to look over at it and go, that looks green.
It's wonderfully potent and great at helping you sleep.
I don't really do much sleep.
Really?
Excuse me.
Interesting.
Barkeep person. I'm so sorry. I'm terrible with names.
I never gave it earlier, but thanks for asking.
Can I have your name?
No.
Okay. Thank you. That's
not bad.
Weird, but okay. We took a stroll into the gardens to have
beautiful, aren't they?
Quiet. Absolutely beautiful to have a quiet conversation, and I do believe someone may have been listening in on us.
Why?
We don't know. There was the sound of a bolt, and we found a door underneath the flower beds, which seems very unusual.
What?
So this isn't part of something that normally happens here, then?
You did what to the flower beds? Julius sits back.
Don't enjoy this, you.
Freya steps to the back of the group.
Insight check first.
Happily.
As opposed
and
to
I'm
angrily.
going to use a reroll now, because I think we've still got some left. That's better. Insight check of 19.
19?
Yes.
The elf looks super confused, upset, not angry, but might have a bit of a rage on going on in the twinkle of their eye. They don't seem to have a clue what you're talking about regarding the door. They seem very upset that the flower beds have been disturbed. They are baffled. Like, the concept of listening in on your conversation just seems to go over their head. And you easily insight check the joy that Julius is having right now.
I'd like to reach back and kick him while I'm talking.
Not
hard.
Deserved, but carry on.
So, we did do our best to put everything back neatly. Obviously, your flowers are incredibly beautiful.
Oh, Byron's going to be so upset. That's his
I am truly
life's
sorry.
work. That's what are you on about? A door? Did you say there was a door?
There is. Would you like to see? We can show you.
No, I've got to finish off behind here. I've stuff to do. Maybe you should tell Byron, like, if someone's messing up his I mean, you should tell him anyway if you messed up his flowers. They are.
I am more than happy to apologise and offer recompense for the error. We were simply concerned that someone would have been spying on us. It seemed worrying. I'm sure you can understand that.
Oh well, yes. It's well. I don't know why anyone would spy on you, but yeah.
I don't know either. But not that interesting.
Well,
And I look round at Raya and clearing.
Byron's well, he was eating last night. I saw through the doors. It's getting late though. Like I don't know how much more time. There he is. And the doors open and you see the dwarf Byron come through. Oh, evening.
Raya now
Byron.
moves to the other side of the group again.
Julius angles himself so he can now see Byron and Fizz.
I just look at the back of all my friends who are hiding behind me and go,
All in single file apparently.
Byron,
yeah, I know, they're all like,
It's the way you roll.
I'm stood next to you.
Yeah.
Byron,
Thank you,
I'm
Bill.
stood next to you as well. Byron,
Hey, I've
we
got two
met
friends.
earlier,
I remember.
and Bjorn.
The beard. Bjorn.
We have some questions for you.
Alright.
and an apology, I think.
Alright. What do you want to do first?
You said you had an apology, Fizz?
What are you sorry for, Face?
Look.
Recommend ask the questions first.
I was going to say, multiple things happened all at once here.
That what?
Someone was spying on us from within your garden, I believe.
Why?
Absolutely no idea, my friend.
Spying on you in the gap. Okay.
Underneath one of your daisy flower beds is a wooden door. In order to discover this, though, we did disturb some of the daisies without realising how precious they were, and while our friend here did try and druidcraft them back, obviously there was some damage, and we're incredibly sorry.
Thanks.
Right, come on then. And he walks out of the building.
I'm going to follow him, like, okay.
Julius, before
He's
before-
yes.
shot against a wall.
Can I get that? Can I get that to go?
Get what to go?
The drink.
A drink.
Oh, you want the milk? Yeah. It passes you some milk.
It's sleepy time milk, Bjorn.
It's got a green, just a green, thin, cling film thin topping.
Yes.
Is it
But a
alcohol?
green meniscus.
Is it alcohol?
No.
Put it down
Who's
on the
gonna
bar,
cast-
follow face.
Okay. There you get sort of it. Boom. Carries on drinking his. You're going to cast what, Ray?
Nothing now that he's not tried to drink it.
Okay. Fez, you walk outside, and whoever else follows. Byron walks towards the garden. He gets to it. Look at that bloody mess. Puts his hands out, and he starts to form it back like he's readjusting a jigsaw puzzle. And he groups the daisies that Raya created and kind of moves them off to the side so his beautiful purple aster daisy wildflowers retake the beautiful display he'd created before, and a bead of sweat just rolls down his forehead. Right, and he goes in, and there's around the garden he picks up a free pot and he scoops up the daisies that Raya created and he puts them in this like decent flower pot. Right, well they don't belong in here, so gives them over to are you there, Ray?
Yeah.
Gives them over to Ray.
I'm sorry.
Right, and he looks around. Follow me. And he walks past the flower bed. And he walks towards the nearest almond tree. Kind of, now he's walking towards it, you see a lot of almond trees off to one side where they're clearly reared and looked after, almost orchard-esque style, and there's this one random almond tree that just kind of sticks out like it just didn't quite fit in the orchard, so they just stuck it on the curb at the side. Walks over to it, knocks on the trunk, and then you hear a whoop, and then the sounds of the night around you disappear. Very similar to when Alexander silenced the table you were sat at in Ectilio's guild. And he looks around. And then he squints his eyes out straightens himself a little bit. He's no longer squinting his eyes. Right. The door. Don't go in the door. The gnomes will have me beard. They'll have me daisies. No one goes in the door. It's for your own good. There ain't no one spying on you. I can promise you that. The only one that knows about the door is myself. I might have locked it 5-10 minutes ago. If you were above having a chinwag, my apologies if I scared you. Did one of you set off the trap?
I did.
Okay, I'll make sure that's reset. Oh, so I tell you what, squinting's not good for them.
What's
Why
that?
not?
I've got a couple of questions.
What?
Probably not the most pressing question, to be honest, but what's with the squint? Why do it if you don't have to?
I like to give out a persona to people that if they describe me to other people, they'll describe the squint. And therefore, if I don't want to be recognised around people looking for a squinty dwarf, they'll think twice before pointing me out. It's not foolproof, but I ain't got the magics that you lot have, possibly, by looking at the rowdy lot you are. And I don't have the skills of those that live in the shadows. So I do what I can.
Really do apologise about that. Sorry,
I mean, that's the only... I worked hard on them. Please, don't disturb them.
Who are the
How did
gnomes?
you do that?
As what? He looks at Rhea.
How did you make them so incredible?
Sure.
Like I used magic to basically recreate them, and they didn't even look like.
Look, I'm not proud of it, and I'll probably get in trouble if they find out I've been sneaking a little bit. But I use, and he looks around again. I use Tarrasque blood. It's watered down. It's proper thinned. It takes a lot of thinning, and if I take too much, gnomes are going to notice, and that's me done for.
What's the rat?
The giant world-ending thing.
I mean, so the legends say. Like, no one's ever seen one in Colossus, but the blood.
How do you have the blood?
Do you remember Ares? That the mount of that. Are they a gnome or the
They
person
were
we
a
met
gnome,
on the road? It was like that was half Tarrasque. That was like Tarrasque blooded. That's not a full one, but still, that was probably as close as they'll get in
Is
Victoria.
that what's under the door?
The order of the ram horn is what you speak of. They are made up of the Spiratus gnomes from the south, and yes, Ares is one I have tended to previously, and is infused, as all their wyverns are, with this blood that they call Tarrasque blood. Now, I don't know all the ins and outs, but what I do know is that they ask the flowers that you see and kind of gestures over towards the garden that's away from you now. There's a special, bond connection, and it reacts well with the blood. So they use the petals of the flower with this blood. The wyverns get it, and certain, things happen to the wyverns. It's not my thing, but I just look after the flowers. Got a bit of a knack for it. But what I have been doing is watering the flowers with the blood, just curiosity. And by the bastards, they are the most beautiful things I've ever witnessed grown from the soil. I have been tempted to splash them on the figs and almond trees, but I'm not sure. Well, what if they come alive and start attacking the town on me? I can't live with that.
Could that happen?
I don't know. Like, the wyverns all react differently. Like, some of the gnomes, the Spiratus.
What if you tried it on a little baby plant?
I thought you were going to say try on a little baby then.
I was
a baby
shit got
plant.
dark. Look.
No, like a little cutting, and just a drop, and see what the reaction is, and then you'd know.
Already panicky. And when I say I thinned it, it is like less than a drop to gallons and gallons of water that have touched them daisies. Some of the wyverns come out of there 3 or 4 times bigger than they went in. Some of them get multiple wings, teeth, elemental magics going on.
If a human consumed Tarrasque blood,
definitely don't do that. Sorry.
Do you think it might make them...
And we're back to the loop.
Do you think it might make them more muscly? Or...
Say in comparison to a Viconian paladin.
Yeah, in comparison to someone that might be related to Bjorn.
More muscly than a Viconian paladin.
Yeah.
More alluring to an alchemist Datorian.
I don't know any alchemists, sorry.
They're all dead to me. We wiped them out long ago.
Yeah.
Look, if anyone drinks it, anyone that has so far has died. Only the wyverns are living creatures. They tried it on a blink dog once. It blinked.
Never seen again?
Yeah, but in a different red sort of splodge form on the wall it was trying to blink through.
Oh, the poor baby.
It wasn't a baby, it's fine. It was a fully grown blink dog. We're not, we're not cruel.
Maybe that was the problem. Maybe you should have started young so it had more
Look, we're not testing it
adaptability.
on the youth, alright? Of any creature.
Question is,
What about displacer kittens?
What about if you wanted to test it on an alchemist?
what about if we were to test it on me?
Right.
No, Rhea.
They are
And I am the one with the drinking problem.
very, very keen. Tarrasque's a myth, and
I'm not keen.
But not you, the Spiratus. They will kill me if it goes missing. And when I say I took a drop, less than a drop.
Okay, so next question. Why can't we go through the door?
It's locked.
Apart from that, you said that we're not allowed.
Because it leads to their stuff, and it ain't your stuff. And I'll die if you touch their stuff.
Are the gnomes down there?
Are they you?
The gnomes?
Well, not right now, no. It's more of a storage facility. But no one comes to Lento. It's just a nice job.
So you're sort of a keeper of sorts. A guardian.
Gardener.
Garden.
Do any of the gnomes sell copper items?
What?
They
From
might do
pits?
that. No. Maybe, if they're into copper and selling stuff.
I do not think that gnome was associated with those gnomes. I think they were... No.
Balls
You
and
must
ground.
continue to look after Cappy and Spoony.
Oh, and why?
Where are Cappy and Spunny, by the way?
You told me.
Them from my pack.
Are they still on you?
Yeah, I haven't dropped them.
I've got to check these things. I need to know what level to make them now. Look,
Genuinely
thank
thought Dom
you.
was going to be one of them.
It's going to be Cappy or Spoony. Hello,
I
I'm
should have asked him.
Spoony.
Look, only the wyverns have managed to survive any introduction of this Tarrasque blood to them.
Honestly.
They tried it on the Spiratus, and whatever results, I've not seen and only heard of death.
As much as I'd like to be a brighter shade, I don't think it's for me.
I don't think it's enough.
Do it.
I'm not offering. I'm really happy that you're all talking about the possible effects of dying to Tarrasque blood, but it's not on
Where
offer.
is this Tarrasque blood kept? Is this
That is
Tarrasque
an
a myth?
interesting question.
Number one, how did you get it? And number two, where is it kept?
Right. So I don't have to repeat everything we've just said. There is a wooden door beneath my flowers that's locked, that leads to where the Tarrasque blood is stored.
Okay, so how did they get the Tarrasque blood? If it's a myth.
I don't think he's
You'll
going
have to
tell
ask.
us that.
I don't know. You'll have to ask the Spiratus. Look, I'm just good at gardening. Those daisies, those leaves, they use with the Tarrasque blood. I'm really good at growing them. I might have cheated a little bit recently.
Can you get downstairs? You have a way of getting into the.
He locked it, so
He locked
yes.
it, yes.
So you.
My squid's coming back.
So you say that if they find out that we know about this place, they'll kill you.
No,
Well,
if we go into it.
They'll kill anyone. Like this. I mean, Althea, I've guessed your name. However, you're clearly of Vitoria. The Spiratus Normans are not to be trifled with. They're the elite forces that protect the Empress.
I know, but I really want Tarrasque blood.
I really want bigger biceps.
I really want it.
I am
One
personally
of
not
12
going to go against Ares. Your secret is safe with me. I'm going to go find a bed. Are we sleeping with Aquarius? Or are we getting different rooms? Do we know? Where's Julius?
Julius,
we'll find out in a second.
Julius stayed in the bar.
Can I just say thank you so much for your forthrightness. It's really solved something that would have bothered us for several days, I think.
And which is why I wanted to be forthright, because I can't risk Yuki or Ria Slot digging up my daisies again.
100% we would have tried to break into that door. Like,
It was 50-50.
It was 50-50 at the time, to be honest, and I can get like he had an axe.
I was going to pull it off the hinges if we hadn't have covered it up before I realised. So.
Which you could definitely
welcome.
do with those biceps.
Yeah.
Unless it was a Viconian door.
If I had... Oh, it's on. Where's that Tarrasque blood? I'm going to kick the door in.
Honestly, we appreciate it. And actually, it does turn out that sometimes just asking is easier than poking the Tarrasque.
I'll be honest,
Exactly.
you
We're not
didn't
subtle.
just ask. Like, I'm just putting it out there. You dug up my flowers, set off the trap on my locked door,
Yeah.
then told me. That's not.
To be fair, at the time, I didn't know it was your door.
But did we
It's-
die though?
Still doesn't fit the logic of sometimes asking is easier. Asking is easier. Like you don't need to have a build-up.
Sometimes it's easier. Sometimes breaking in the door is the right choice. On this occasion, would have been a mistake. Thank you very much for your assistance. Love the squint. Really suits you. I'm going to. I'm just going to drift off. No, I'm going to the bar with Julius. He looks like fun.
You go to the bar. As you leave the bubble, you can hear the sounds of the night and stuff. Yeah.
I'm going to need to go soon, guys. It's...
Yep, that's cool.
To bed! And I'm going
To the bar!
Who goes to bed? Who goes to the bar?
Bed.
Oh,
I got to bed. A message first. I don't like him. Be careful.
I'm going to go to bed because I've been cut off.
Rhea,
I'm going to bed. I don't drink, so.
Belk,
If one person's staying at the bar, I will also stay at the bar.
Fairs is at the bar. As you enter the bar, we're nearly there, Rhea. Not Rhea, Rhea. As you walk into the bar and the other four go looking for somewhere to sleep, it is easily found. Julius has arranged everything for you. It's not necessarily a hotel or an inn or anything, but there are plenty of spare bunks for travelling miners that go to various other towns and such to trade their skills and then return to Lento. But you do manage to find a bunk for the night. Julius says, hello Fizz, hello Velk.
Hello. I thought I might join you for a few drinks, and if we get Velk to drink, then you get to see Velk actual personality. That'd be nice.
Looks at Velk.
I wouldn't mind a drink.
There you go.
Great. Puts the milk out in front of you both and crushes the whatever it is, and dusts the green sherbet into the milk. Right. I mean, it's a hefty drink, but down in one, yes? Just holds it up.
Sure. No.
Cool. Well,
Is it alcoholic?
no,
Okay.
not even an insight check. Man.
No insight check. I've just done it. I'm going to assume I got Etherea's message straight after I drunk the drink.
Like I'll sip it rather than down it.
It's like absinthe with a creamy texture.
The slightest little sip and then I'll be like,
Give me a perception check.
Me or Vel?
Velk.
18.
You've nailed it first. You've missed your perception check. 18. There is. It first reminds you of mint, but then the smell is alien to you. It is not. It's not a pleasant smell. That mint is like a mask to the smell, and it's got a very acidic, like licking a battery sort of smell to it. Assuming you've licked a battery before, which you've definitely licked a battery before. Fizz. So you'll get that. Fizz, give me a Constitution saving throw. It's not like a death saving throw roll, but it's going to burn on the way down.
We have at least 15 or 25 left.
I don't think we have quite that many, but yeah, not far off. Con save. 17?
17? Cool. So, when you first neck it, Velk and Julius both look like goblins. I mean, you've seen Sketch before, possibly Velk. You've seen Sketch before in their goblin attire. You don't see Sketch, but you do see a goblin. You look at Julius, and they look like a goblin. Both reddish skin, like clear red skin. And then you check it off, and there's a bit of a wobble vision of Velk and Julius, and then you're clear-minded again. And he puts another row of milk out in front of you and himself, but obviously not Velk, as he's clicked Velk ain't going to neck it. And whilst you go on.
Why the goblins? No, that's it. I'm just.
It lets you see whatever. Another one? And he kind of elbows you.
Am I going to end up like Bjorn, trapped in some sort of dark dimension?
Let us find out. And he nails his drink.
I done the drink.
Cool. We'll get to that next week. So, we're going to call the session there. It's been very late. It's 20 to 12. Thank you so much for all the bits, all the subscriptions, the new follows, hanging in the chat. Thank you so much for being very welcoming to my little boy, Dominic, who got to play in the first 2/3 of the session. He's knackered now, bless him. He will be joining us again next week for, I guarantee you, combat. So we're going to give him a big run of combat. This, just so folks know, is a prelude to Dominic wanting to Dungeon Master for his own friends. And on the 16th of September, I'll be running or co-running with our Dom for his friends his first and their first ever little D&D session. So thank you very much, players, for bringing him in and interacting with him. It was great, and I promise you, he was well off script. He never once mentioned the frost salamander that he was supposed to say.
I was going to ask about the salamander.
Yeah, he just straight up went with whatever in his head. So he was dead proud of his little self, bless him. So that's cool. So thank you very much to those in chat. Thank you very much, players, for bringing him in, and let's hope this next generation of nerds do it better than we do it. So
have we taught him that short one-shots or short campaigns are going to last at least a year?
It's campaign or nothing in Colossus. Only the strong survive. So unless you're Alfie. With the little spud guns.
Unnecessary.
Thank you so much, guys. Take care of yourselves.
Thank you.
And we're back tomorrow for Fables Among Titans, session 75 or 6, I think.
It's like ridiculous.
They're strongly pushing very, very big boss fights. So thank you so much. And for first time in a month, say good night, players.
Good night, players.
Take care of yourselves, nerds. Bye-bye.
Bye.